Good evening and welcome. Before we start the show tonight, there is something serious that I want to talk about. Our friend Stephen Walton, who many of you know from his work helping those who are and have suffered the abuse by narcissists, his YouTube channel, his Instagram, is in a tough bind. He's a good man, and he's reached out. So if you are able, please help him out. He's helped so many others. Description for the GoFundMe is in the description of the show. So again, if you're able to, please go help out Stephen Walton, good friend of ours, and I hope you can give him a hand. And without further ado, greetings and welcome once again to Roman of the Empire. I am your host, Roman. Tonight we are talking about the space and time bending weird fucking movie Event Horizon. And in case you're wondering, this is Sammy's fault. So this is a good one. I enjoyed watching it again. I had to watch it twice because there's a lot going on in this movie, and not all of it necessarily makes sense, and that's okay. And we got a lot to talk about. God damn it, Jacob. But before we do, let's go around and say hi to our panel members. Yes, we are down a couple folks tonight. Also, somewhere, the Thad that shouldn't be, the Unbearable 73, the Where the Fuck is Matt, isn't here right now. I don't know where he is. The other two are accounted for. We know where Beard and Mando are. So they are not going to end up on a milk box, but Matt might. So weird. I know. So let's go around and say hi to everybody and then dive into this movie. He is my partner on this channel. He is my wingman. He once stopped me from carpet bombing. I have the wrong fucking sheet out here. Pinewood Studios, because apparently that's where all the good movies are made. He is Shieldwall of Dragons. Welcome back, my friend. How are you? And I love your avatar this week, by the way.
Hey, how's it going, everybody? Yeah, currently floating through space right now, but
solid.
It's all
solid.
good. Yeah, this pretty weird movie. I think it's kind of a classic. I can't remember how good it did at the box office when it first came out, but it's kind of one of those movies that has become kind of a cult classic, I think. But yeah, it's pretty freaky. So yeah, when we get into it, we'll see. I have a couple of problems with the movie, thematically and things, but other than that, it's pretty decent.
Right on. He is the scourge of Gotham, the nemesis of the Dark Knight. He is Joker Voice. Welcome back, my friend. How are you? Did you and Harley get a table for Taco Saturday at Arkham?
Well, it's not really a table service kind of a night. It's more of a cell-by-cell service. So we had our own padded cell, yes, if that's what you implied. Yes. As far as this film goes, there was definitely a lack of...
That wasn't happening.
Yeah.
There was definitely no scissoring. Might have made the film a lot more enjoyable in some spots. But wow, this movie is just effed up. This is one effed up movie.
It is. It's fantastic. I love it.
Love it.
Oh, yeah, it is. It is so fucked up. It's funny. I'll go and get a brief story before we continue on here. When this movie came out, the brother-in-law of the Empire had called us about it. He's like, "Oh my God, this movie was like the scariest thing I ever saw." So Mrs. of the Empire went to the movie. We went and saw it, and she's like, "I don't know what the hell he was talking about. That was just weird, but it wasn't really scary. And I hate it. And I hate you for making me go to it." So that was my introduction to the film. It took me a long time to be able to see it again, and then I appreciate it for what it is. But Mrs. of the Empire still has not gotten over that. He is the meme master of the interwebs, using his power for good instead of evil at least 35% of the time. He is Jacob Ironside. Welcome back, my friend. How are you?
I'm doing well. This movie, I don't know. I didn't care for it.
It's not for everyone. Admittedly, it's not for everyone.
No,
and
it's an acquired taste.
Into this stuff
I did appreciate some things in
sometimes
it, I did appreciate some things in it, but yeah, we'll get into that when we
All right.
Get into
Did the
these movies.
raccoons like it? Maybe that's a different question.
They probably did. And they came out of the wormhole. I mean, that's where they came from. They came out of that black hole.
I can see it.
This movie is very pro raccoon.
Very pro raccoon.
It is. I mean, if you watch the log video that the woman watches in the woman, I don't know what her fucking name is. The Australian chick watches in the maintenance in the mission control of the ship. There are definitely raccoons in that fucking.
Oh, they're on there.
Awesome.
Yeah, they are.
It's chewing on the wires.
Musician, pop culture aficionado, YouTube prostitute, man of the people. He is Sammy Threepeat. Welcome back, Sammy. How are you, my friend?
Good. I'm looking forward to talking about Hellraiser in space. That's
No, it's
That's a
true.
pretty good
It's
description
true.
of it.
That's a good
It's
analogy.
true.
well, that's how it was posed to me originally. And it does have that like mid 90s stank all over it, but I saw it at a good time, like probably like freshman year of college, and I was getting into the Hellraiser movies, and they're like, there's a Hellraiser movie that you don't know about, and I was like, okay.
Sure do.
And
Well,
That
When you
sounds
go-
like the
when-
start of a Hellraiser movie.
yeah, in itself.
Well, funny
But
thing
like
is,
when you go in
they
through
did
that
Hellraiser in space.
mindset, there's some visual shots that really hold up in this movie, and as long as you don't take it too seriously, it's a lot of fun. So
I enjoyed the fuck out of this. Apparently,
Right.
based on our current viewership, most people did not, but it's okay.
liked
I'm hoping you come to me, folks. I hope you come to me just like they went through the wormhole. Zax is here. Hi, Zax. And last but not least, he is the red-headed giant in the land of the rising sun. Here's our good friend James Harris. He is the Jinja Ninja. Welcome back, my friend. It's been too long. It is good to see you. How are you?
Doing good, man. Thanks as always for having me on here, being part of this great show. I'm feeling a little bit of lack of some feminine representation here, but I think 6 guys are gonna be able to hold it down well, right?
We do have Sammy.
Just
So
fine.
you just
Oh, that's
gotta go
true.
with it.
I forgot about
I'm
that.
quite pretty.
Things have been really busy. Just getting ready for my trip to the States. I'm going to be leaving next Thursday, and I've got this dilemma here. I was wondering if you guys could help me out with it. Is that okay? So
yeah.
I'm in Japan right now, and I need to get to the USA, and I'm trying to figure out a quick way to get there. And I've devised this machine where I could just connect these 2 places and make a quicker route to it.
I don't
It's
understand
What
your
really
I don't
works?
understand your analogy. It needs to be on a centerfold from a Playboy centerfold for me to get the idea.
Well,
Yes.
I didn't want to get his channel taken down, so I do have like a ton of those right here in
Fair
this
enough.
drawer.
You really think
Yeah.
people will notice?
Oh, it'll be the one time that YouTube is like, hey, let's see what's going on in Roman's
What
channel.
the fuck's that guy doing? What the fuck
Yeah,
is that guy
exactly.
doing?
And judging, Jinja, just
Yeah.
by judging how the events of this film plays out, maybe just a conventional flight might be the better way to get to.
No.
Have you seen how they treat your luggage though? I mean, have you seen those videos? Just throwing them around like they're shot
I
puts or
don't
something
think
like
it's
that.
a lot
Backlight.
different than later scenes in the
Backlight.
movie, just in case anyone's curious. So, sweet
Have you had the
Seen right
food
out
on
of
there
this
too?
I don't need
let's go
Yeah.
through and say hi to everyone who is hanging out with us tonight. We have Eraserhead. Hello, Eraserhead. Always good to see you out there, my friend. Boosh, the Boosh, who is concerned about Zax's
herpesiphilates.
herpesiphilates.
Herpesiphilates, yes.
That sounds
It's a
like
Canadian thing.
I am now concerned myself. And our good
Sounds like
friend Zax, our the man in the north. He wasn't feeling too good last night. Had to push a show. So hope you were doing good. I understand you are going to be making it down for the events at the end of April, my friend. I keep seeing you. You better don't disappoint me, Zax. or I'm going to have to take it out on cannoli.
He
And
should
that
be
ain't
out
gonna
of
be
his.
pretty.
He should be out of his monkeypox quarantine by then.
Yeah.
So-
That's good. That's good. No one wants that. In case you're curious, and that's about it for the chat right now.
Actually,
and again, apparently this movie is less popular than I was hoping. That's okay though.
because Matt's not here.
Actually,
That's why.
Roman and Shield. I just want to know, based on all your travels with the military, herpes-syphilides. That sounds like something you might catch in Thailand. Is that accurate?
I was just thinking exactly that same thing. That is definitely a Thailand disease.
Yes.
Yes. Possibly late 80s Philippines, but certainly still Thailand.
That's where it. That's if you go there and a wet market in the same day.
Oh,
yeah, don't do that. That's actually there's a sit rep out on that about the herpes-syphilides and the wet market, and about if you get bats, it's fine if they're fried. Fried bat is okay.
Yes,
it's just
the most
you got to
important
be
thing when
careful with bat.
dealing with them is
Mind the wet.
freshness.
There is no.
You got to get them fresh.
So wow.
That corn dog
again, thought this movie was more popular than this, but it's okay. It's okay.
The slides are good to go right there, Roman.
Should I show that before I do this, Jacob?
Yes.
I always go with my man's recommendation here, and it usually is at the expense of myself. So let's see what Jacob has in store for us this week. Everybody cross their. Oh wait, do you have? Where are you, Jacob? Here we go. Okay.
Down there.
Jenna!
It's right there.
Right off the bat. Right off the bat.
Oh man. Yeah, Jacob not fucking around this week, just diving straight in. Oh my god. Wow. In the future, people will be batteries.
God, that was hilarious.
Yeah, this
Mary's
is
got a nice hair going there.
That's
I think
nice.
This because the next movie he went into, I think, was The Matrix. Right after this.
Yeah, I think
Oh,
you're right,
that-
actually.
Yeah.
This was a big departure of a role for help me,
Lawrence Fishburne.
Lawrence Fishburne, who was also in
Yeah,
Apocalypse
Lawrence
Now,
Fishburne.
but nobody
The
remembers
other black
that.
guy.
Yeah, I remember
Um,
that. He was like
As
17 when he did
Mr. Clean.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
He lied actually.
Yeah.
Why is this light so fucking bright? To get on that film, he lied about his age.
Mhm. Which is
So,
appropriate. He really looked like a young guy
he
that
did.
got drafted
It was
into
perfect.
Vietnam. Yeah.
Aw.
Oh.
Have you ever seen Fire in
Well, I
Space?
mean, this is
It's awesome.
This has got
Which
to
is
be.
very appropriate for our gal Mando.
Exactly.
who's-
Yeah.
Yeah.
She'd be like,
You see
Yeah.
fire in a field,
"Let
in
me
snow,
show
in the
you."
kitchen, and especially in space.
yeah.
I will say he killed that monologue though.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that was
Well,
beautiful.
see, you know, it's funny though, because Mando could be delivering this same
Yes.
dialogue though, because you wonder what did you do this week, Mando, and she'd be like, "Have you ever seen Fire in
Yeah.
Space?
Yeah. Fire in Space.
It's awesome."
you
rolls
ever
like
seen Fire in a
weed.
Holding Cell?
Yeah.
Fire in a holding cell.
Yes, I have.
You know, if you're not
Beautiful.
tuned in tonight,
The
you
only
are
thing I
missing
could
out
do
on
is
some
shut the
grand
door.
dialogue. And Mando, you're missing out on this as well.
There was one time at Arkham when they forgot what's his little name? Firefly, one of his gadgets went off in a holding cell. It was a big mess. It just happens.
It happens, but then your tacos are well done.
They are. Wow.
And that's how. Damn it, Matt! What is that?
Yeah,
show?
Naruto saved the universe.
Naruto
Exactly.
saved the
I wish he
universe.
was here because
So do
that was
I.
gonna be my
That's perfect.
question.
I hope he's seriously. If you have the ability to contact Matt, please do. Actually, I'm gonna send him a quick text while this is up to make sure he's okay. Because he
just to-
usually is not absent.
Because this would have been the question that him and Sammy would have to get together to answer. How does this tie into Naruto?
Because they would find a way. That's his
I'll
thing.
think about it.
Everything-
There's the
Okay.
way.
Question mark and send. Okay, so I have now texted our good friend Matt, and that is hilarious.
And be like, and if you can't come, how is
Oh,
Event
Jinja in
Horizon
the
like
background.
Naruto?
That's awesome.
Oh, nice.
Where?
Ben, is there a full share?
Look at that.
Oh my God, that's fucking hilarious.
Uh,
Well played. And if you don't get that, that's an Alien reference. And if
Yeah.
you don't get it, just you
Yeah.
shouldn't be
deserve
here. You're
full
probably
shares.
in the
Yeah.
wrong spot. I am sharing on both X and I am sharing in both
Yeah,
places.
you are. Yep.
Yeah, it's weird. Okay, just
Although we
apparently
don't-
this movie is, like I said, less popular than I
We
thought
should
it would
have
be.
at least a
Oh, this
bot
movie's
watching
great.
us.
I was there 3,000 years. You don't
ago.
even have to change that. That's me.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Oh my God. Oh, damn it. Did I forget to turn the gas up?
Before I left. Look, it looks like you just took an old picture of Roman when he was in the
Yeah,
Navy.
it's just the
It
old
just
picture of Roman in
posted
there.
up here.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh my God.
He's like in the bowels of the ship somewhere.
It
Yeah.
is. And that's, the inside of this ship did look really good. And we'll talk about it later. There's an awful lot of space, but the inside looked good. There were a lot of practical aspects and a lot of fucking stuff that was like, what the fuck? But I know what I saw. It was the village people. That's gold. There's the village people. Wait a minute.
You got a
That's
little
us.
high school Sammy.
That's also us.
Yep.
I look like the dude from Ratatouille.
Oh man! So it's a meme within a meme.
I love it.
It's a meme with it. Jacob, you're killing it. You're killing it.
We're so meta
And
right
again,
now. This is amazing.
That looks, I look so natural. It's terrifying. It's gonna launch the ship.
Is that?
Oh,
Look at
oh,
James.
oh.
I'm in the background. I'm
Yeah.
checking out that shaft and two balls. Oh
You
yeah.
are.
But
You're
the thing
checking
is,
out that
it
shaft and balls,
this
man.
literally looks like a picture that Roman just.
Well,
It doesn't look photoshopped
and then
at
you got,
all.
And then you got Beard. Looks like he's either drunk, stoned, or short bus looking.
Yeah,
there.
no, yeah, Mr. Jinja Ninja's
Oh
in
my
the background,
God,
like
that's so
clever girl.
Yes.
It's fucking fantastic.
You figured it out.
Every week you kill me with these.
Yeah.
Oh no!
It won't.
It won't blow up.
That's the other thing. That was the other thing. Is they're in spaceships smoking?
Oh, they're smoking all the
Yeah,
time.
an
Yeah.
oxygen
It's like,
environment.
no,
What else is
that's
there
not
to
how it
do?
works.
Yeah, it's not the only
So what
sci-fi movie to do that.
It's interesting though. While we're looking just at this still, so they have their name, they've all their identifying data on their
t-shirt,
shirts.
yeah.
They still have dog tags, which is good because you know why dog tags are there? In case you get your shit blown up and no one can identify your body, just in general.
Yeah.
Also, never just wear one dog tag in your boot. That way, if your head gets blown off, they still have something. That's the way we did it.
Yeah.
I'll
No,
keep
that's
that in
not
mind
even
for
a joke.
Vegas.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I may have blown a hole in the shit. I may have blown a hole in the shit.
Well, a few Joker bombs go off at the wrong time.
I'm not going to lie,
Or
though.
just smoking
Smitty,
on the spaceship.
Sometimes
Smitty
you
was my
just
favorite
can't get
character.
rid of a bomb.
I
Yeah.
love this character in the movie.
That
I
that
like him better
actor's
played by
always
Joker.
good.
He is
Yeah.
he is in everything that is good. And Lance Nielsen hit me up on the Twitter earlier. He's like, I have a friend in this movie. And I'm like, bro, you need to title that your next book because
Yes.
that is every fucking movie. I've got a friend in that movie. Lance knows everybody. Matt will probably be joining us soon. He slept through his alarm. Matt's allowed a little leeway. It's okay. God damn it. It seems I've cut myself.
That's
Nice.
hilarious.
Okay, again,
Oh.
How did you put the face on and still keep the cuts?
I don't know. It's perfect.
It's
Roman
Jacob,
just
you
has- Roman has
You're a
the
magician.
face. It's Roman's face too. I mean, there's nothing that you've done with Roman that just doesn't look completely natural.
Yeah,
Nothing we've discussed.
yeah, and he can't be misconstrued for anybody else. It is just purely Roman too. It's brilliant.
Oh my God. I hope Mrs. The Empire is watching this in the other room because then I'll have to hear, why does he do that to you every week? Oh no!
Wow.
That's wrong.
Wait. That's look at where he's together. It's Roman and Roman
Yeah,
to each other next to the arm.
that's brilliant.
That's the worst thing I've ever
Yeah.
seen. Oh my god!
Jacob, you are
How
a,
did
you are
You're
are
a wild man,
legit-
dude.
How do you
Oh,
get
This
his
is awesome.
Oh my god!
dude. Wow.
How did you get his face on there that's covered up by other photos? This is starting
Oh
to scare
no,
me.
that's too much. The one down in the corner, the black and white one, that's
Yeah.
that's I think my favorite.
Claire.
Oh my god, dude.
God. The-
Wow. That's horrifying.
there's okay. The one on the right, the one that's in the frame, the like little glamour shot looking thing, Roman on Roman, and then like Shield said, there's a picture of Roman in front of a black and white picture of Roman, which you can clearly tell is Roman, but you couldn't see the Jacob.
Oh my god. That's
Wow.
fucking gold. That maybe
So
it's the worst and best thing I've ever seen.
If Jacob wants to,
That's
if
what the
Jacob
inside of my locker looked like in
It-
grade school, Roman.
had pictures of Roman in there.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah, if Jacob wants to, put himself out there to
Oh my
for
god.
people to pay him to do stuff, this right here, they'd be like, let's see a sample of your work.
Bam.
Like,
There you
Exhibit
go.
A, I got a slideshow for you.
I hope you like Roman.
They'd be like, how much?
Oh, you're hurting me. You're hurting me, Jacob. You're hurting me. Ooh, wow, that was a lot. That was a lot to absorb.
This
Ooh,
is a
slide
perfect time to
shows.
play that video clip too.
Is it now? Is it now?
Oh,
And we
Yeah.
Video
Jacob
clip
also
too?
brought us this.
a video clip. Oh my god, dude. I got nothing.
You need to do that.
I'm gonna say that. I'm actually gonna make that one of my standard videos.
Yeah.
I read the trivia.
That's what
There's a lot
everybody's
of use for
talking.
that.
I
Yeah,
read
that's
the
what
trivia.
everybody's talking. You just quiet us down.
I read the
Oh
trivia for
my
this movie.
God,
There's a lot
Jacob.
of cut content, so that must have been one of the deleted scenes.
You have outdone yourself this week, my friend. You have outdone
we get-
yourself this week.
So we get a
Oh.
Jacob slideshow, a Jacob video clip, and we're getting Ninja artwork in real time.
It's a lot. It's a lot
If
for
you
one
have
show.
not clicked the like yet, what the hell
Yeah.
are you doing?
I don't know. Yeah, I'm screaming too.
Uh,
My son.
and
why?
we haven't even gotten into the movie yet.
We haven't even
No.
gotten here. Is that a Roman
Roman
shrine?
shrine, yeah.
It is.
Oh my god. And our good friend Copa
Copa.
Ex Machina is out there. The Copa. Oh wow. I am got to get my breath back after that because that was a lot. That was a lot. Wait. We have Herman P. Hunter's The Lore Forge. Welcome, my friend. Welcome. Ooh, wow. That was quite a
I
bit.
need to smoke
Quite a
after
bit.
that. Jesus Christ, that was intense.
Yeah, whew, wow, that was a lot.
I'm actually going to go have a smoke, so I'll be right back.
Look.
No.
All right, so let's dive into the actual film tonight. So this is funny. So from Roger Ebert from the Chicago Sun-Times, August 14th, 1997. Rating 2 out of 4 stars. Praise the film's visuals and atmosphere. It opens with a lot of class, with detailed space vessels and persuasive technology. But it's for all its style, climax and special effects. It's got no real answers to its mysteries. Found the script lacking in depth. The reviews for this are they're not good. They are not good. They're mostly like that. Metacritic, the score is a 35 out of 100. Yep.
What they don't get is it's not supposed to have answers.
No, and that's that is kind of the point. So where is I just saw the from Empire Magazine, which is a bit more, I think, forgiving. They praise Lawrence Fishburne's performance, which is incredible for this movie.
Yeah, it is.
So Lawrence Fishburne took this movie on because it was a role unlike any other that he'd had before. The way they threw it at him is he's playing kind of a John Wayne cowboy type character. It's like, all right, that's fine. Jason Isaacs also, you know what? I'm going to say this just kind of straight up. The cast was solid. There are a couple of characters you don't really know or care about, but overall, the cast is really good. Even some of the more minor characters are solid. There's not like throwaways, but there are people you don't necessarily give a fuck about. Sorry, I'm moving my notes as we're talking. Please don't leave the show.
Roman looked like he was doing the "fuck it, we'll do it live."
Yeah.
So just kind of going through the who's who of the zoo here. So one of the I don't think it's so Paul Anderson, who directed this, is the guy who produced the movie we're talking about next week, Pandorum. They are not dissimilar in style or tone. They are both weird ass movies that actually play very well together. This movie, so the intro here is really cool. You got 2015, which ain't what, remember 2015? I was there in 2015.
Yeah.
First permanent colony on the moon, a bit of an overshot for 1997. 32, which is only a couple years away. Commercial mining begins on Mars. Pardon me. I would say that's probably not going to happen, but and then 2040, deep space research vessel Event Horizon launched to explore boundaries of solar system, disappears without a trace beyond the 8th planet, Neptune. Remember, Pluto was still a planet. That's before Neil deGrasse Tyson fucked it up for everyone. It's the worst space disaster on record. They don't give you what the complement of the crew was for Event Horizon, but these crews are not very big. Under 20 people, if I'm not mistaken. Shieldwall, what do you think?
For the Event Horizon?
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought it had more people than that, but you don't really get to see a whole lot of the ship.
Yeah, the Event Horizon probably did.
Yeah,
the Lewis and Clark probably was a smaller operation.
Right. But remember, the parts of Event Horizon that were occupied was still just the main part, that front part of the ship.
Also, if they were supposed to rescue the people, they weren't going to be able to fit that many people on the Lewis and Clark.
Oh, that's true. Talking about Lewis and Clark, you're right. Yeah, they didn't really have a good. Yeah, we'll get to their mission in a couple of minutes. So watching this movie, remember what you're seeing. 95% of this is practical effects. They have some digital effects. They're kind of very obvious when they do, but for the most part, these are practical effects and they are really good. This model of Event Horizon was 30 fucking feet long.
All right.
I think that's impressive. That's a big fucking model. The Lewis and Clark was only a foot. That model is only a foot in comparison. This is an impressive ship.
This is
and you get to see a lot more of it.
You can't tell me they didn't have some inspiration from Warhammer for this ship.
Oh, I was thinking the same thing.
So these are the effects that are clearly digital. And this is kind of the random floating stuff in the hallway. It's not terrible, quite honestly, but it's not fantastic either.
Now, the one thing that I notice about this, and I said this in the back, and this comes from watching films especially with Shield and Roman here. There's a lot of space in this ship. There's a lot of, from a military or scientific or anything government funded, there's a lot of just unused space. This is a very luxurious as far as the amount of room you have to operate with.
Really?
Yeah, it's like the opposite of Alien.
Yeah, this is the cruise.
Well, it's funny. I mean, this This was after Alien and Aliens. But you can definitely feel the vibe. There are a couple vibes I get from this movie. Well, actually, there's like 3 different movies that I get from this movie. The first is Alien, just the basic theme of the crew on the ship and the vibe of the small crew and the way they interact. That's way Alien. 2 is Hellraiser, which was an inspiration to this movie. That's one of the things that the guy, when he was doing the writing, he's like, yeah, Hellraiser was really in my mind. Okay, got it. And 3, and this may sound a little far-fetched, but I don't think it is The Thing. Why The Thing?
Oh, for sure.
12-man crew, isolated quarters, paranoia. That all plays out here really well. So
Right,
I think
nowhere to
all of
go.
these were part of that. Oh, hey, hello and good evening. Good to see you out there, my friend.
I might add one more movie to that, if it's okay.
Yeah, what?
Solaris. How do you pronounce it? Solaris.
Is that the one where the sun is going to burn out and they got to go to the sun to
No,
restart it or whatever?
That's Sunshine. Solaris was the movie. They made a movie. It was originally a Russian movie. It was originally a Russian novel, but they remade the movie with George Clooney, and there was the theme of Sam Neill's character and his wife, and that's very, very similar to what happens within the book Solaris. The relationship between them. So I think that he borrowed some of that from there. That theme. Especially
what year did that come out? Do you remember what year that came out?
Oh, the book I think was like 1960. Am I wrong? It was like 1967. The film was in 1972. The book was 1961. Sorry, yeah. It's a sci-fi classic. Yes.
So I'm hoping my link over on Twitter is actually working.
I don't think it is.
I don't think it is.
We should have it. Like I said, we should have at least one bot watching minimum.
All right. Here, Shield. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna pull off the graphic for a sec here, audience. And I know you're all with me on YouTube right now. I need you to forgive me for a sec because I think Twitter is fucking me. So I need to check this. Actually, I can leave that up. I can do this on my phone. I have this amazing device in my hand. Sorry, that's been a theme all night, folks.
Does it does have a little thing you have to squeeze to pump air into it?
No, it does not. Thank God. So I'm gonna do this. Maybe the link got cocked up. The link might have gotten cocked up. That's possible. So I'm gonna. So forgive me, everybody. I'm throwing this out on the twaddle again because it does not seem to be working because we usually do have, despite my audience size, we usually do have more folks here right now. Autofill, which there had to be a better phrase than that as well. So here, just talk amongst yourselves for a second. Pretend I'm not here. I'm gonna make myself disappear for a second.
Don't we always?
Oh man! So you guys,
it's true. It's true.
To that jerk Roman lately.
God damn it!
Such a
yeah. I'm literally right here.
We're supposed to be pretending you're not here.
Trying to fix this. I'm trying to fix this, guys.
Dipshit.
Live now.
So we all understand that when we get to Las Vegas, we're all going to ditch Roman at the event and have him just meander around.
You don't have to ditch Roman. He just wanders off by himself.
That's true. I will ditch myself. That's almost
we're gonna have to send out like rescue parties because apparently we're going into like a rough area, right?
Yeah, that's gonna be weird too. All right, sorry about this, folks. It's a mild technical issue I'm trying to remedy. But yeah, we don't seem to be live on X right now.
Much less than what was encountered by the Lewis and Clark.
Right.
Yeah, we normally. I mean, we just normally have kind of double what we got right now in the folks. So,
yeah,
I take the blame.
The ship definitely has some cathedral-like aspects to it.
Well, do you know what it was inspired by, Jake?
Medieval.
Come on, work with me here. What inspired the Event Horizon? It was Notre Dame. What
I was
they
gonna
did
say, so
was,
right up
and this
to
is
the
going to
end.
sound crazy,
Okay.
he basically did a disassembly of Notre Dame and put it back together as the Event Horizon.
I just got
Yeah.
the notification on
That's
X.
when it looks
Kinda
like a
nuts,
Warhammer
right?
ship.
Yeah.
Okay, so you just got, so maybe I'm shadow banned, possible, because I am much hated on all platforms, and I get that. I love this effect though. So we're still like in the first couple minutes of the movie, we get the spinning body, and then we pop in with Dr. Weir. This is pretty cool. When he's laying in there, he's looking at the pictures of his wife and stuff, and takes the picture off. This is right now. If there was like 10 inches above him and then a ceiling, that's what your Navy rack looks like, and that's kind of what I thought he was in. But then it opens up, and he's in this whole fucking little compartment. Thank you, Jacob.
I thought he was in an apartment, like on Earth or something, at first, because how big it was. You know.
Then yeah, he's in this fucking. He's got a tub. Motherfucker has a tub.
Yeah, there's no way that's on his.
I don't think you would want.
No, there's no way they would actually do this.
Yeah.
And you already see he is, even though you know, when he first wakes up and you see the pictures, you're like, okay, so he's got pictures of his wife, and then as it continues, you're like, okay, this is a little unhealthy.
Also, if this scene was shot and he locks the straight razor on his throat for just a moment, and it's an intentional thing in the film. They did that on purpose. Cannoli, sir. What is going on? He is going to be carrying me on his back in Las Vegas.
Here we go. Matt's here.
No, there he is.
Hey, Matt.
Hello,
How's it
sir.
going?
Hello, sir.
Hey guys, yep, my pain med has knocked me out,
Matt.
and I slept through my alarm.
Sorry about that. Hey, look at that. Our viewership jumped up as soon as Matt joined.
There you go.
There we go. That's
I've
what
got
it is. That's what
millions
it
and
is.
millions of Matamaniacs with me.
They've been waiting for you.
Matamaniacs.
They've been waiting for you to
That's
get
a good
here.
one.
The man who knows all the things about all the things has joined us. Welcome, Matt.
Matt, how is this like Naruto, bro? I was trying to think.
There it is. You fucking asshole.
The Otsutsuki and Sasuke have the ability to wormhole.
Oh, that's true.
There's that.
Did it?
Okay, yeah.
Is that a euphemism? So
No,
let's think about this shot.
that
I'm
like
sorry,
docking?
there's no way I could not do that. So this shot took up a ton of their fucking effects.
Oh,
budget.
and I got a better
Sam,
one.
you
I got
look
a
out
better
the
one.
window?
A better one, guys. And the effect of the Event Horizon is much like the Suki, the Jinjutsu Itachi, the one drives you
Oh,
crazy.
the Genjutsu.
I don't know what that
Yeah.
means,
Oh, and-
but I'm okay with it. Hey, Spartan Flash, welcome. Good to see you, my friend.
Nakoto
This
Amaterasu.
is Sassy Sasquatch. Hello. Good to see you. Looking forward to see you in about a month. That's gonna be cool.
Tsukiyomi. There you go.
I don't know what that means. You're making things up now.
No, Amaterasu.
this-
No, that's the
so-
Blackfire. Never mind.
Yeah.
Sammy, I swear to Jesus, if you don't stop that shit. So this shot of backing out of the space station from Sam Neill's window to the space station over Earth was a ton of their fucking budget. And they had to shoot it like 20 times. It sounds stupid, and it is stupid for kind of a minor shot, but the director was just obsessed with this. It's just weird.
Yeah, it really, it just kind of looks like a.
It is.
It's like a light setup for a.
It's kind of a nothing shot, right?
Yeah,
but
like
but it was just like nuts. This movie is
And
also
it's weird,
about
they just-
30 minutes shorter than it was supposed to be.
Which
Oh, I buy that.
Yeah.
which to be completely honest, like
I
the
have a theory here.
like the hour and a half, the runtime, perfect though.
Oh no, I thought the runtime was actually it was really good. Because
What's your theory there, Jacob?
Oh God.
My theory is that opening shot in the space station was in Sam Neill's head as he sleeps in or something. I think that was a.
Oh,
that was
yeah,
a dream.
100%. I think
when
it's
he's
a
in hypersleep?
premonition.
Because then it just cuts to the ship here, and they're getting
Well,
ready
I
to
think
go
there may
into
have been
hypersleep.
more kind of bullshit banter of him getting on the Lewis and Clark and all that stuff. But I also know that one of the later scenes, the one where they're showing the chaos dimension. Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, Nas. Yes. Welcome, my friend. Good to see you out there, Nosferatu the vampire. Because it's very kind of abrupt from his quarters in the space station to boom, I'm on the Lewis and Clark. And there's not a lot of dialogue. I do like this shot though, of them going into the window of Lewis and Clark to the pilot, played by this guy is great though, Smitty, Sean Pertwee, and this guy has been in Dog Soldiers, Equilibrium, Soldier. He was in Gotham as well.
Yeah,
he's one of those cats who's been in like so many fucking things, and he's good in all of them. But he's never like the main guy, but he's just fucking good.
He's the son of the legendary John Pertwee, who played the Third Doctor.
Right?
Is he really?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah. In fact, he looks like his father so much when he was younger. There was several different talks of filming missing episodes with him or having him appear as the Third Doctor and Third Doctor crossovers and stuff like that. Yeah.
All right. So Shield Wall.
They do that.
Look at the flight deck of this ship.
Got that instead of what we got.
Okay, so it's got the captain's chair that like spins around and stuff. That's a complete waste. Just put a chair on there with a swivel on it. It doesn't need to be suspended. The whole thing jerked the whole time he was in it. It looked crap. How old is his ship? If they just started like doing flights in 2015, why is there duct tape and all? You know, this ship can't be that old. There's like duct tape on all the seats and stuff. Like
that's probably like
get some usage.
Because there's always like that quote, like duct tape is the most useful thing that NASA uses or something like that.
In space, I'm not sure.
Right.
So I'm gonna.
I think this would have worked. This aesthetic would have worked if they would have made this like 2090 or 2110 or something like way in the future, a little bit more than they did.
That is light years ahead of ours. That's true because it serves no purpose.
Now, also, as I said earlier, gentlemen who have been on a ship, is this too much space?
Yes. This is way too much space. The fuck it's not, Matt. In real world space time, it is.
You're not factoring in when you actually So when you have a ship actually in space, not on the Earth or water or whatever, so much of the space is going to be needed for the way to propel the ship that you either are going to have a very tiny little nodule attached to it, or it's going to be like 2010 where there's these long thin struts connecting the parts, or you're just going to build a big shell where you can put as much space as you want. Babylon 5 method. Okay, so attaching a big space like this to the giant engine, because it's like when you think of the structure of a ship that's going to be in space with our type of technology, not with advanced Star Trek warp nonsense or whatever.
Right.
Like 80% of the mass of the ship is going to be the engine, and the question is, how much do you attach in terms of the bubble for the crew to that? Like I said, think of the ships in 2001, 2010, where they were basically a giant engine, a long node, and a tiny bubble for the crew. Or think of Battlestar Galactica, right? The ship was like either new or old Galactica. The ship is like 75% engine, and then these big empty spaces for the crew and the Vipers to go in.
I don't see the practicality of it though, for especially just in the crew space. The engine space, I get that you need that much room for your engineering space, but for your crew quarters, you don't need that much space, and you probably don't want that much space.
It might be a factor of if they build it in space. Like if the problem we have with like the space shuttle and anything we build now is it has to be built on a gravity on Earth. But if you build it in 0G, maybe you could get away with making things bigger with less.
Or just being more comfortable in general.
Right.
Also remember,
because it's taken them like months and months to go places.
Yeah. Odds are none of this material the ship is made from came from the Earth.
Because they said it's probably mined on Mars.
The asteroid belts. I mean, that's what Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos are working on right now is robot mining of the asteroid belts.
Yep.
So.
That's why.
Hey, I need to ask any of our chat to do me a favor. Can you jet on over to Twitter and see if this is active over there and let me know?
I saw it.
Because right now it's just weird because we have the exact same number on YouTube and our feed, which is unusual. It's unusual. I'm just
We have
saying.
See the
equilibrium.
post, but
Um,
I don't actually see it like running live.
No, there's a live. It goes live in Twitter, so it seems like something may have gone wrong.
So this is probably, I mean, from the people who designed the ship in terms of the
Melvin Deeply, hello, Melvin.
In terms of the movie people who would do this, right? They probably said, okay, what aesthetic could we go for in terms of and they said, okay, let's make the crew component these big boxes that are going to look similar that you just attach, and then they would fill in like the wiring and the consoles and stuff like that, kind of like cookie cutter homes. You know how they all have the same stuff, just different little countertops or whatever.
So I'm going to point out one of the few things that I find irritating about this movie, and I know it's not a big deal. I'm just asking about the Twitter, because now I see people popping in on Twitter now. So that's kind of weird. Yeah, our number changed up a little bit. So yeah,
Kathleen Quinlan isn't in her sports bra more.
No, and that was good. But my problem is Lawrence Fishburne is the skipper of the ship. He is the captain of the ship, but he's wearing Air Force captain bars. And Shieldwall and I were talking about this a little bit before the show. That is an 03 in the Air Force, the Army, the Marine Corps. A captain of a ship is generally in 05, could be in or in 06 or in 05. Like a commander is in charge of a ship. That can happen. But it's never going to be in 03. So this seems to be like a miscalculation, and I know that it bothers me. It bothers no one else, but this kind of minor military shit does bug me.
Well, it should. I mean, it raised the question of: is this a mess up by the people who did the costumes, or is this like something they just don't care about? A detail they don't care about?
Well, it's an error though, because when we look at DJ later, he's wearing a bronze oak leaf, which is a major in the Army, Air Force, whatever, or in the Navy, a lieutenant commander. And I know this is kind of nitpicking stuff. I get that, but this guy should have either a silver oak leaf as a commander, or a like a full bird on there, being a colonel, being the skipper of a ship. It would make sense. And I know it's kind of nitpicking, but it's proper military stuff that is paying attention to what you do.
The crew quarters here is almost an exact copy of Alien. They got the table in the middle and the bunks around.
Oh God, yeah, the vibe is almost identical. So right now they're getting ready to go into, what do they call this? They don't call it hypersleep. Do they call it hypersleep?
Stasis or something.
It's so they don't get crushed when they are in the
when they go to acceleration. So
because they're traveling with high relativistic speed, so that would and they have no way to protect their bodies. Like they don't have anti-gravity like Star Trek does.
Squished. So and they also go into stasis though, so they are asleep during this journey. They're not awake.
By the way,
but
this is the best time to mention my problem with this movie. Why it's not a 10 out of 10. Okay. This is a hard science fiction movie, but the fact they're doing this alone is an example of it, right? That they don't have magic technology to get rid of inertia and not get them crushed by acceleration or whatever, right? Yet we get to the reveal, which Roman and I have talked about off the air, of the cause of the problem, and it's not a hard sci-fi cause. You know what I mean? Like to take the movie, it would have been a 10 out of 10 to me, or 9.9, very close to it, and drops it down to like a 7 or 8 out of 10 because when you have a hard sci-fi film, you have to have a hard sci-fi logic underpinning it. You know what I mean?
They do not have that.
No, this is Lovecraftian, if anything. Like
you can have
it's Lovecraft
say that
space.
Completely. Yeah,
Lovecraft is science fiction. He's people because of all the stuff that got written later.
Not in the way that I'm talking about. This is more.
Well, that's the other thing I wanted to say is because you mentioned earlier, Roman, about the earlier scene could have been him remembering something or something. I forgot how you phrased it, right? There are a lot of fan theories about this film, and one of them I want to mention is because of all the angles we get the cameras at, which look like they could be internal surveillance cameras, right? Is this actually a live film, or is it really a sort of recovered found footage? And we're like seeing, and some of what we're seeing are like personal logs of the of the people and all that. You know what I mean? Like how much of this is real versus maybe like the movie In the Mouth of Madness where you go mad watching it.
Yeah.
You know, it's an interesting concept. Like when you get a film like this, like a Lovecraftian film, like you say, it's a very interesting concept. Like all the sort of like explanations you could have for it. You know. So.
No, and yes, it's all of. I do think. What happened?
Boobs coming.
Something bad happened.
Boobs.
Who?
And
Boobs.
his,
No. Oh, no, we don't get boobs.
hey,
I know I'm not allowed to show you boobs.
Well, we got
yours.
Sam Neill's boobs.
Make me Superman so I can time out.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's
when
not
you see
quite
Sam
the-
Neill's boobs, Roman, you get a better shot of this.
It is not quite
Yeah.
the animal magnetism of one. What's the guy's name again? Albert.
Albert
Like
Finney.
Albert Finney.
Yeah.
Albert Finney.
Oh, that's true.
Nothing will
So-
ever match
so-
the sexual magnetism.
So we don't
Like,
we
look
don't
at
know
this-
this at this point, but this is Sam Neill.
We're just gonna get a T-shirt with Albert Finney's picture on it. Just says pure sex.
So hey, I want to throw a question out to you guys though before we get too deep into the movie. One, do you see the eyes on that monitor? Are they there or are they stickers? Two,
Well,
did
not only that,
Dr.
look
Weir-
at the eyes of the female in the monitor.
They're white.
That's what I mean. I don't know if those are. I think those are. I don't know what. I actually don't know because there are clearly stickers on the monitor, but I don't think the eyes are. I think the eyes are something else.
Jacob,
Well, that's
did you do
why I
eyes
said
Jacob, did you do that?
there's all these fan theories about what are we actually seeing, you know?
So, oh no, the question I wanted to ask you guys before we start digging too much: did Dr. Weir design the gravity drive of his own fruition, or was he compelled to design the gravity drive?
Yeah, no, because it's funny that you
Yes.
say that because it looks like a lament configuration. Like it looks like the puzzle box.
Well, that's
Um,
Sam,
The
like you
gods
said,
of chaos made
Lovecraftian.
him build it.
As we watched this movie, that's why I was thinking there's going to be either a Lovecraftian explanation, an ancient entity did this, or weirdo space alien or something.
It is completely the whole thing, the aesthetic, how that ship looks on the inside, everything is totally 40K.
No,
way
and that's
they-
one of the fan
with the
theories.
team,
One of
you
the
know,
fan theories
yeah,
is this
yeah.
is the 40K universe. Again,
Well,
we go back to
40K
Alien.
Oh.
There's a real.
There's
Go back
Lovecraftian.
one. Go back one. Go back one. Keep going.
Or
Go back again.
Yeah.
oh, the sickest kid ever.
No.
There's the villain.
Clown?
Pennywise.
There. There's the bad guy right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
Clown.
I
What
did
the
not
fuck?
not bad.
Which fits
You're a
because he's a
Joker, not a
Lovecraftian
clown.
entity.
Come on.
This
Bush has
does
a
look
really
just like
good
Alien
point.
right
I
here.
feel clown discrimination here.
But Bush has a really good point. Like the system that just lets you flop out of there onto the ground, like you know.
Yeah.
Yes, agreed.
Yeah.
There's no harness that
Yes.
holds you in place.
Yeah, put him in an air mattress or get an air mattress or something. Because people
I
do,
was
they
really
just
thinking
flop
in these-
right on the ground. It's
So
some of these
minor character
characters
point here. Which one is this?
yeah, that should be another
Peters?
fan theory.
this
Is that
Peters?
is it just hallucinations brought on from a concussion of someone just banging their head on the ground,
Right.
getting out of
Right.
stasis?
So
Yeah,
this lady's son is he's not entirely well, and this is when Lawrence Fishburne's
Not
character
entirely
Captain
well.
Miller,
He's
is
tiny
telling her,
fucking Tim. Like this kid is
saying, "Hey,
dead.
I tried to get someone else for the mission, but
God
we
damn,
couldn't do
ow.
it in such short time." The one of the things I did find wrong with this though is that a lot of these conversations that are happening like right now should have happened before the mission. They're already at Neptune now or close to Neptune, so there's like no going back.
Yeah.
So it's kind of
No late
weird that
career.
they're having the conversation. Hey, I tried to get you off the mission, but I couldn't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's weird.
Yeah, almost as if like if someone called in just now, they're going to turn the ship around and drop her off. Like, no,
It's
you're
like,
in
yeah,
it
we can't
now.
fucking fix this at this point. This is a
Nadia.
young Jason Isaacs.
Yes.
And this is, I believe,
Lucius
who our
Malfoy.
good friend Lance Nielsen was saying, I have a friend in this movie. So, oh, Nads, hello, Nadia. Welcome. He has no butt in this movie.
Does he have a butt?
Who's
And
the
he
does have
who's the
some
guy
scarred up
that
nips.
is Lance's friends with? Which guy?
I think that's who it
haven't
is.
noticed
Jason
if he has
Isaacs. 'Cause
one or
he
not.
does know him. I know they're
Okay.
friends.
Oh,
Yeah.
he's mentioned that a couple times. That
All right,
Lucius
cool.
Malfoy.
Yeah,
Yeah, Lucius Malfoy, and from The Patriot, he played that fucking
Yeah.
horrible
yeah, he was
dickhead.
the major.
yeah, Officer Dickhead. That
Yep.
was that
Officer
was his name.
Dickhead. I believe that was his name.
That was his name.
This guy here, Cooper. He's
He was good.
Yeah, he's in
Richard T. Jones.
He's
He
in that
was
TV
hilarious.
show, The Rookie. He's like the lieutenant or the sergeant in that one.
Really?
Yeah, the TV
Yeah,
show.
he's
The
in a
Rookie.
couple things.
Yeah.
He was
Um,
also in
Oh, so
Godzilla,
so-
the legendary Godzilla film. Remember, he was the lieutenant who didn't know how nuclear bombs work.
oh yeah.
interesting thing about the uniforms in this. So the United States folks still have the United States flag on their right shoulder, but the European folks who are all either British or Australian or whatever the fuck they are, don't have that. They have a European flag. This is before the EU came about, but they've integrated the EU into a EU flag already.
Okay,
A
not
bit
to
prophetic.
disagree, Roman, but the EU has been building by stages since like the 60s. This is before the
Yeah, but it
modern
wasn't a
EU.
thing until much later. They didn't officially become the EU until
No, they were. It just
Our
was a bunch of
adulthood.
committees that did economic treaties and stuff. I think it was like the late 90s or where they formed the current European Union, gave away all their political power, and ruined Europe.
It is super gay though.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's
so
horrible.
so Dr. Weir, it tells them about the event horizon. And the way it was sold to the public was kind of interesting, which is kind of the way our government would do it. It was just the reactor went bad and the ship blew the fuck up. But
Bullshit.
in reality, it was an experimental ship that had this fucking weird gravity drive that took them between fucking dimensions. And everybody's like, oh, the fuck it is. Bullshit, bullshit.
Fold space.
A lot of
right.
smoking, bullshit, bullshit, bullshit.
Roman,
I see.
check
Yes.
out
Sure.
the artwork.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Oh.
shit. You've been busy down there, buddy.
Oh my!
Oh, boy.
Fuck yeah.
Hey,
I just did a wash over it, so all the pencils are gone, but I'm going to go back in there and work it in. Yeah.
No,
baby.
no. Is this?
I was hoping
now,
it was going to be Joey Richardson, but
Now is this now is this actually from the film, or is this Jacob's rendition of Roman?
Yes.
The rendition of Roman, but only from the waist down. And that's why I had to cut it off.
Gotcha.
God damn it, James. We
Yeah, if
talked
you could just
about
put a bunch
this.
of pictures of Roman spooning with himself in the background, we'll get the idea.
So uncomfortable for everyone.
Dude, Sam
No, he
Neill
was-
is a boner in this movie.
He's really
Um,
good.
I do like, and this is something that you see a couple of times because obviously he gets on the nerves of
Everyone?
plenty of the crew, but every single time someone pushes him, he squares up the same way, and I liked that actor's choice. Like I thought that was I was like, oh, because it does not look formidable. It was just like, oh yeah, he would get the shit kicked out of him. Actually, if you
He would get the shit kicked out of him, definitely. The only two ladies on the boat hanging out together.
Hot.
you know,
Unfamiliar.
the blonde chick, she was in The Patriot. She was the
She was the aunt.
sister-in-law.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Jolie
Yeah.
Richardson Stark is
Yeah.
her
that
name.
was
Australian.
Jason
yeah,
Isaacs.
she was also in 101 Dalmatians.
No
new
one ever
live
needs to
action.
mention that ever again.
Yeah. Who's the other lady?
Glenn Close was a tour de force.
So the other lady is Peters. That's Kathleen Quinlan.
Yeah, I don't know what else she's been in. I looked it up and I forgot.
Yeah, I don't remember her.
I love the way everybody is looking at Dr. Weir like, you're such a fucking retard, dude.
Fucking nerd.
Oh, I guess she was in Apollo
Look at
13.
what's over the
Oh
dead.
yeah, Apollo.
No,
That's what she was in Apollo
no.
13. She was in Independence Day. She was in oh god,
This is a
she's in a
small
bunch of
crew,
stuff.
right?
It's just yeah.
Oh, but on her
So the patch, look at
Wikipedia page,
GJ.
she's wearing a puka shell necklace. Ooh.
That's the European Union patch, is what he has on his.
Yeah, it's very similar.
So I don't know what the fuck it's supposed to be, but that's what they picked for this movie.
This crew is a small crew. I'm assuming they're very well. They're not morons. I mean, they're in space. There's a lot of things they have to.
Well, remember, this is
on,
also
so they have to
so
be
interesting thing about this crew.
smart
Remember, they're a SAR crew. They're a search and rescue crew. It's a small team that's meant to go out, and if something gets fucked up, they go out and try to get them, which I think is an interesting concept in the space environment. And Shieldwall brought up a really great point that if this is a SAR mission and they're going out to a ship as large as Event Horizon, they don't have the fucking storage space to put people if they're survivors. I don't know what you're right. They never show that. I don't know where the fuck
depends on
if
the Event Horizon has a large
about the crew.
Yeah, but it wouldn't matter. The only thing we saw as far as the whatever their shells were, their sleep, the fucking
pods,
stasis chambers were, they only had a number of those. Maybe they have more of them around the ship.
Well, they have enough room to have more of them, but here's the thing. They don't need those to travel. They only need to travel that distance if they're going fast. So they could take 3 years to travel back at conventional speed.
Well, it's also a practicality of having food, water, oxygen. I mean, maybe the ship can.
Well, there's not going to be an oxygen problem.
Maybe they weren't expected to come back. Maybe they're guinea pigs. I don't know.
Maybe well, but it's a SAR ship. I mean, these ships exist for a reason. They may not have expected them to come back. That's entirely possible.
Good point.
At that level, oxygen is not going to be a problem. Nobody process that stuff.
What I was trying to say about the crew, there's.
Oh yeah.
I'm assuming they would have to be competent people. They just came to me. They just came across as morons. I mean, I don't know.
Well, they were definitely unprepared for this situation.
They definitely weren't all created equal. Some people seem to be a little bit more on top of things than others.
Hey, I'll be back in 1 second, guys. Talk amongst yourselves.
That fucking dipshit,
again.
Well, I mean, okay, and Bush makes a good, and Bruce asks a good question. It's like, were they? I thought he says, I thought this just was a recon. Were they actually expecting to find a live crew?
Right.
Well, given the time period, maybe not. I mean, like because the ship disappeared for a while, right?
Right, like 7 years.
And it was an experimental ship. It wouldn't have had like provisions for how did they? I forget if they mentioned how long the Event Horizon disappeared for.
7 years.
7 years.
So, I mean, yes, it would have had would have probably had oxygen for 7 years because it would probably just reprocessed, But food and water you can get from space. But food for 7 years, unless they had giant gardens in there somewhere, which I don't know.
Yeah, unless it was like the ship from the black hole that had
you get the
like gardens and stuff. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, like sunshine.
Yeah, I mean, you can run ultraviolet light in there to grow stuff. As long as you have you have the spares and whatever.
Well, I mean, if you want a relatively accurate like what extreme you can grow things in, The Martian is fairly accurate as far as they play with some stuff here and there, when he was growing the food and all that. Mm-hmm. But for the most part, you see the extreme conditions he grew the food in, and the book especially was fairly accurate. So if they can do that, then they could clearly on a ship that big have food gardens. But I don't think they would have. I don't think they have them. And
that reminds me, I forgot to ask: is this based on a book? This movie?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I didn't see anything in the.
I didn't see anything.
Nope. There are clear influences from books, like we mentioned, like Graffiti and stuff and all.
Yeah.
But this is all like Philip Eisner's movie creation.
Matt, you've read Solaris, right? Solaris.
It's a novella, right?
Yeah.
But I read it when the movie came out.
Okay. Now, did you see the old movie or the new one?
The old one.
Okay. Yeah, I was just saying that the relationship that the between him and his wife, and the whole suicide thing, it quite reminded me of the Solaris plot.
Yeah.
With the main character and his wife.
Well, I should say I read it when when I acquired the original Soviet film Before the Wall Fell.
Yeah.
So And on the old internet, before all you people who
Oh,
think the
dear.
web is internet used it.
Yeah, Matt, Russian spy confirmed.
It's not a Russian
I've been
spy.
thinking
Was
that.
that the Russian science geeks would load movies? These, you know how people sail the high seas now with like
Peace
prefab
out,
tools
Nos.
and all that, prefab tools. In the old days, Usenet, you could go into Usenet and just download everything. Like any movie would just instantly, any country would just be on the Usenet. But you had to figure out like the name they gave it, because they would give it a name like that's 17 random characters or whatever. You know.
So what Matt is admitting
This,
to is he has an unsanctioned Russian centrifuge.
Yeah, I am responsible for the Russian collusion hoax. I am responsible for it.
This scene reminded me of the scene in the Lost in Space movie
Go back.
where they find that dead ship.
Or
So look at, we were talking about before, the aesthetic of how they would build these ships, right? There's that massive empty infrastructure there, which is basically framework, right? And you have attached to it on one end is your engine, for example. The other end is however big they want to make the crew components and storage components of it. But they could very easily have shelled out that frame if they wanted more space. You know what I mean? It's a matter of materials and production.
Yeah, but one thing about that, this was a experimental ship, so it does kind of fit with that, because they on experimental stuff they just have stuff to bolt stuff to.
And it was designed to be that whole center section is designed.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah. You don't want to build crew quarters around that.
Why not?
But you could have if you wanted to.
Yeah.
Well, in a later design, yes. In the first one, which this is the prototype. He wanted it to be disposable in case you needed to cut that line between the gravity drive and the crew, so they could make that.
I'm not arguing with that. What I'm saying is the designers for the people who made the movie went with the aesthetic that space. The technology is going to be where they have like these big empty structures. You know what I mean? Like it's sorts of futurists are where they try to predict the future and tell you how it's going to look like and all that. So there's several different paradigms of people who make science fiction movies and TV shows as to what the future is going to look like. And one of them
I think the center design was based on probably the amount of space that they would need required if they had to blow that center section for survivability of the front of the ship.
Oh, okay.
That's the way I thought about it.
How far into the movie are we? Because we're not very
far. I need to move faster. Agreed. Yeah, they're just latching on right now.
Sorry about that.
No. We've been talking about a lot of stuff because there's a lot.
No, we have. No, I was just curious. Just how long does it take them to even get to because they're now just getting onto the ship, right? They're just docking on. How far along in the movie is that?
Not very. So he's telling Weir he needs to stay on board the Lewis and Clark because he doesn't want him to go over onto Event Horizon yet, because they want to check the ship out and make sure everything's fine before they bring their expensive passenger over. I like this. I like these scenes a lot when they're doing the docking and they're doing, getting everybody on board in the umbilicus. A lot of this movie was originally supposed to be shot in zero grav, but it was such a pain in the ass to do. They just said, fuck it. We're not doing that. We're doing mag boots instead.
Okay.
Again, we go to that scene that's obviously computer generated because they thought that was clever. Shit floating around. One of the things they did wrong though, is they have ice particles floating, but then they go to the water bottles and there's still water in them. I know it's silly, but it's a minor thing that they didn't get right.
Okay, so this is a deep dive on physics. I'll keep it real simple. In order for water to freeze, it has to change its volume. If it can't change volume, it can't freeze.
Yeah, that's why sometimes it will, as a Michigander, I can leave a bottle of water in my car and overnight it'll be -2 degrees outside and it'll still be liquid. And then if I shake it really quick, the whole bottle will freeze. Yeah.
All right. I just thought that was weird. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's the whole concept. Have you ever heard the phrase running water cannot freeze?
No, because I've seen frozen rivers, so I don't.
No,
I
but
don't know
but by definition, that's not running water because it's frozen.
well, the top
Oh,
of it's frozen. There's water underneath
the
it.
water, and once the water has frozen, it can't be running water. It had to.
No, but it had to freeze while it was
Oh.
running.
Well, no.
This is when Michael Jackson snuck up on Lawrence Fishburne.
I know it was terrible.
What happens is, like when you see water freeze that's running, is little drop by drop it transitions. So it's. I'm not. I'll do the explanation if I do Friday Friday morning tomorrow. I don't want to derail this.
Is that why if you leave your faucet trickling, your pipes won't freeze?
Correct?
Yeah.
So this is cool. This is Justin is going down to the gravity drive section. I don't know. They sent him down to engineering by himself because apparently fuck Justin. But this look is like the craziest thing ever. This is section 2 of the gravity drive.
I was like,
it separates it. Yeah.
Okay. If any of you have ever watched a $6 Million Man, this is the tunnel effect from the first Sasquatch episode.
If you took the old, I'm talking like 80s tour of Universal Studios in LA and Hollywood area, they had the tunnel that was in that, and you would walk through it, and it was kind of freaky. But I was like, okay, this is supposed to like demagnetize you or something to get you in there.
Yeah, so that it doesn't fuck up the magnet.
But I was like, okay, so why can't there be a smaller tunnel that you walk through that so you don't have to see that but maybe it would be effective.
Oh, like an internal tunnel?
Yeah, like an internal sleeve or something. Make it out of cloth or something. But that way you're not like getting vertigo and falling into it and getting chopped to pieces.
She's great.
Yeah, if she's up on the bridge, there's blood. There's a lot more blood that she doesn't see. She's like, there's some blood up here.
That shot right there with like the blood.
Oh, that was fucking creepy. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
that
very awesome. Like 40K. Like the crew just exploded in the warp.
Yeah.
and
yeah, that's nuts. Again, the way everything is designed is so fucking gothic.
Yeah, look at the. It's like that's not a safety hazard.
Go back 1 shot, 2 shots now.
To the left.
So this is another sign that like something weird had to be going on. Because why is the blood still red?
Oh, not dark.
It should be dry. It should be
black.
Almost
Right. Yeah. It almost looks like plant matter.
It almost looks like it's still alive.
Yeah, organic.
Yeah,
it almost looks like it's still alive.
Right, exactly. Which goes into the idea that the ship is like
alive,
living. Yeah.
Right.
That's what I was assuming.
I did not like this effect of the the coolant.
It reminded me of those old Capri Sun commercials.
Yeah.
So this is funny. She's trying to. This is the ship's log. It's on a CD, which it's kind of. I mean, they didn't.
It appears
was
to
the
be a
90s
CDR too. A CD, like one of those rewritable, because it's got that green.
Well, interestingly enough,
she had to wipe it on her clothes before she.
I mean, and they wouldn't you see this is before SSDs, but you would for long-term storage on something that could be vulnerable to radiation, you would want a burnable disk. You know what I mean? SSDs aren't as vulnerable to that as the way that mechanical hard drives are. But interesting. Question is how futurist were the futurists who behind this were? You know what I mean? Well, they just throwing stuff in there for random because they thought it was cool, or
that was our man who was floating around up there earlier when we saw him.
Oh, are you Chris Jenner?
I thought you were going to say Bruce Jenner after the surgeries.
Well,
probably better.
So the gravity drive, which is where we're coming in now. This is a really interesting thing.
Yeah, this doesn't look doesn't look like anything from Hellraiser at all. No.
No.
Originally, the ball in the middle was supposed to be smooth. And none of these little spiky things were around. This didn't look like this. And then they went in and were like, yeah, we need this to be more fucking vicious and horrible.
It looks more gothic, like torture chamber gothic kind of looking stuff.
I also feel like I would see that thing and be like, I gotta get the fuck out of here.
Nope.
Yeah,
I'm good. I'm good. I'm done. Bye.
No, it's like the how a TARDIS of an evil Time Lord will look.
Right.
Yeah, agreed. So when this all happens, the bright light, and then it goes to the black goo, and he feels the need to stick his fucking hand in it.
Of course.
Are you fucking retarded?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, short answer, yes.
There is not a chance of this happening.
At minimum, you're losing a hand.
Right. And the Matrix movie hadn't come out yet, so there's no way he thought it was like, he's got to take the blue or the red pill.
Or
No, he
study
just
the
reaches in like an idiot, and
Oh
he
yeah.
gets pulled full in.
Oh,
I do
yeah,
like
Stargate-
when he
actually
Stargate
the
had it out
Master's
already.
target.
Yeah, that's right.
Gilligan
They
is
used
down.
Stargate.
Gilligan is down.
We're into the part of the movie where excess stuff are being eliminated.
Sammy, holy shit.
Gilligan is down.
It's just like, what did you think was gonna happen?
And then then when he gets sucked in, this wave comes up and blows the fuck out of everything. Things are catching on fire. Everybody's fucked up. It's like, okay, you fucking retard. What did you touch?
So at that point, now again, it disables the Lewis and Clark. But I'd be like, okay, maybe we should leave. There's really nothing here anymore. Can we go now? But no, you had to activate the big. You had to activate the big wave, which disables everything.
Yeah.
Well, as soon as it came on board, Lewis and Clark, and there was nobody there. Of course, they didn't know. No one was in engineering, but never send a person anywhere by themselves. That's not like a new concept.
No.
No.
That's when bad things happen. Is when someone is by themselves.
Hey, what does this do?
Oh,
Exactly. Exactly. And aircraft maintenance. When you're doing certain things, certain jobs, it's a two-person job. You never send them out there by themselves. Because if you get electrocuted, that's it. You're done. There's nobody to save you.
I remember there was a couple times like working in the shop that we had like those big ass wrenches that we'd have to fix like backhoes with. And one of my trainees, I was like, hey, you ever want to, think you could operate a wrench that big? And he was like, yeah, I could do it. And I slapped him in the back of the head. And I was like, no, you don't, because that means you can break something that big. You don't touch that until you know what that does. Like.
I love when they start questioning Dr. Ware. And he's like, I don't know what the fuck's happening.
Oh, and that's
idea.
very Cthulhu, right?
Yes.
Lovecraftian, where one person has gone insane, but nobody else knows. And then they go out of their way to like hide the fact that they're insane and you don't really know what's going on. And they withhold information from you. And then it like spins out of control because of that.
So, because
a lot of
he's saying Cooper
like
is delusional, and Cooper like says, fuck off.
Okay, so with Weir being evasive pretty much from the word jump.
Yep.
Does this lead to the idea that he's known all along what happened?
That's what I think. I think he built this ship with the intent of it doing what it did.
Yeah. He's like the mad monk.
And that right there is the core of the Lovecraftian part. Is he's insane. He builds an insane thing to make this happen, and he's like part of it the whole time, but you don't really know it as the outside viewer.
Well,
yeah, he is never a good guy in this movie. Never.
Backtrack logically through this, right? There would have been small, like micro versions of this thing, which would have happened before. You know what I mean? Like there would have been prototypes the size of Legos where they would have having like 1 inch wormhole jumps as a concept. So
I mean, if you look at him in certain scenes, he just like stills. He just looks insane.
He could already have been driven partially insane by the prototype work.
Oh,
right
here though. This is the worst dialogue in the whole movie.
Well, this med looks terrible. Like
when Baby Bear wakes up.
I know.
The darkness on the other side.
Oh Lord!
You're like, okay, we get it. Also, I think they wanted to call him Baby Bear because you realize, like, after that, like, dipshit move he just made, like, we have to like still care about him.
What are these lights?
Everybody hates that.
on the side of the thing. That got me too. I'm like, what purpose do
Aesthetics.
those serve? And then
Yeah.
you've got the weird, like creepy Marilyn Manson music video, plastic sheets hanging off of everything. And then
Very
you've got
much.
like the alien anal probe stuff hanging from the ceiling. Like the aliens abduct people and probe them. Like, what does all this equipment do?
Yeah,
Doesn't look
it
anything
is a really
used to be.
creepy looking sick bay.
Yeah, exactly.
The
This
thing
looks
in
like
the
a
background-
slaughterhouse or something.
Yeah.
I
And
can't
we
And then she
naked
sees her
child in the world.
I can't
Which
explain
is
the one
weird.
hanging off like a curtain, but the others look like they're like X-ray or MRI or type images.
Right.
Yeah.
I know that's what they
Okay.
are, but you would think that this far in the future we'd have been past that.
Yeah,
So
but
I wanna
I'm
point out
saying even
DJ's
when you,
collar
like, go to
device.
Alien and everything, like everything looks like it has a purpose. Like this was like it's just
No,
all
this
craziness.
sick bay looks like a fucking mess. There's just a bunch of random shit hanging
House of
in there.
Horrors.
Yeah. So this collar device, again, I'm going back to the beginning. That is what a major or lieutenant commander would be wearing. Which, so he has like, yeah, which actually that's the rank he's wearing. That looks like a lieutenant commander. It's a fat bar, a thin bar, and a fat bar. In the Navy ranks, that's what a lieutenant commander would be wearing. So it's just different than what the way they're calling it and the way he's wearing it in
Tables have
with the Air
drains.
Force bars. I know it sounds stupid. That looks like an evisceration table. It doesn't look like I'm getting better table.
No,
No.
you'll be fine. Oh, then Chester Bennington is in the movie. That's
No.
You know, this ship looks like it would have been built by the guy from Ghostbusters that built the top of that building.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, man. Evo. Oh, fuck.
Its name was
Man.
Zool worshippers. Zool was big back then.
Yeah, because the designer of the building, whatever his fucking name was, Evo Shandor, Evo Shandor. Thank you, the Boosh. Wait, what? Really? That's interesting. That's
All
weird
right.
but interesting.
all right.
So now this is the original crew of Event Horizon as they're getting ready to go. Talking to everybody. He says something clever in Latin, and then everything goes to fucking fuck all and disappears. All right.
I'm gonna eat
Cool.
your hand later.
Yeah. Then they win the award for world's worst orgy.
Right?
Yeah, not good. Not good.
No blaming. No bueno.
So this is kind of
This
weird.
was
So
an
he
awesome
goes.
effect.
So he's like, hey, I need to crawl into the fucking whatever the fuck this is to check out. There might be a bad override circuit or something. But it's just it's funny thing is this panel doesn't look like a panel at all. It just looks like a random bullshit. And he turns the thing and it opens up and he crawls in here.
That
This looks like the
also
Matrix.
is very like Lovecraftian, where it's just
Oh yeah.
like only an insane person would have made a door there.
Yeah.
You know, there's
So
no
the
marking,
kids all
no
get
labeling or
involved.
anything. So how would you know unless you knew you were the guy that
Right.
made the chip?
Unless they're all like that.
And he's like, how it feels to
I mean-
chew 5 gum.
That's a lot of. That just the math
That's
involved of all that circuitry in there. That's just ridiculous.
Yeah, 'cause
Yeah,
it's
it
just,
looks
it looks
so
like
cool, though.
miles of circuitry.
It also doesn't make sense. Like, why is it there? Like, why isn't it somewhere else? I just have lead going to the actual projection devices.
Yeah.
Because it looks cool.
Right. Yeah.
Because it looks cool.
It's like, it
basically it.
kind of gave me a
Cool.
little bit of the Jeffries tubes from Star Trek vibes.
You know, or like I'm waiting for the master control program to suck him in. You know, from Tron.
But also,
he
Yeah,
starts
kind
having
of,
hallucinations here.
the circuit boards kind of remind me of like Mayan hieroglyphs, and he's in like a tunnel, and it's jade, kind of like a weird, I don't
Like the
know.
relic.
Yeah.
Well, it
Or
also
it's
reminds me of like
inside
when he's
a lamented
disconnecting
configuration.
Hal in 2001.
Yep.
Oh, 2001.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Be with me forever. All right.
Whoa!
Is there a shot of
me!
that
In a
lady?
scary movie.
But you have no
In one of the
eyes.
scary movies, it would have been she would have popped up there and he would have just punched her in the face.
And then you got me going like, what's the deal with those eye holes? Are those
Right?
Is that available?
Those
all
options.
right. I mean,
then,
to win in space.
so then now we're in the Lawrence Fishburne.
Where can I get
hallucination
eyes like
where
that?
Captain Miller.
I know what happened. Sergeant Hartman got a hold of her. And he found a jelly donut in her foot locker.
Yeah, actually, I get that reference. I get that reference.
Or tried to get a pack of cools and it went completely wrong.
I saw the motherfucker who I abandoned on the other ship. Don't tell me I didn't see that. That's what he's saying right now. So they're all having they're hallucinations, but they're more than hallucinations because there's a physical effect to them, which is kind of weird. I love. That's the look I have. Like 90% of my military career is that look.
Yep. Because here's the thing: it's like a zombie movie where somebody gets bit and doesn't say anything. I'm seeing weird hallucinations. I know it's not right. There's like no way my kid's here, but I'm not going to mention it to anybody.
Nice, James.
You know?
Oh,
that's fucking good, dude.
Yeah.
You know, who knows why you'd be having those hallucinations? Like maybe you're running out of oxygen, or something else is in the air.
Remember, they had to get the O2 scrubbers out of the Lewis and Clark.
No, but what I'm saying is that might be something you want to mention to somebody. Like, they ain't feeling.
Yeah. Well, and they even do say that might be some of the causation. And then Lawrence Fishburne is like, no, I felt the heat of the fire. This wasn't a
right. Everybody freaks out here for a minute. Because Smitty is about to fucking kill Dr. Weir, and DJ goes all fucking psycho on him and puts a scalpel to his throat. He's like, calm down. It's like,
yeah, we were like,
well, I mean,
you need to calm down, dude.
Hey, buddy.
and in his defense, Dr. Weir's been a dick this entire film.
Yeah.
Yes. The whole movie, Dr. Weir is a completely unlikable character.
Yes.
And so she brings up the premise.
It's almost like he has a plan the entire time.
That's what I think.
Well,
that's actually a really good question. Do you think
I think he did.
No, but I'm saying he built it to try and find his wife again, or
no. I don't think he built it to try to find his wife again. I think he built it because something was in touch with him and told him to build it.
So, yeah, it almost
see that would have made sense if like they tapped into an other dimensional prison or something like that, and he was driven to do so by like first he did an experiment as to like a little prototype, and it got into his head or whatever. That would have made sense. Not what the explanation actually fucking was.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we're talking about demons, though. I mean, possession happens all the time. It's like the new vogue in our world. So there's no reason why that could not have been a reason to build a ship to open up a bigger gateway and, bring something like heavy back into our world, something physical into our world.
Yeah, that could have been another explanation, like the.
And I know that sounds nuts, but I mean, you're dealing with weird, other world entities here.
Spartan Flash got a comment.
Oh, what do we got here? Yeah. Yes. Yeah. He was guided to make it. Yeah. Like the puzzle.
Because that image right there.
Yes. So, yeah. So right now we're getting that weird banging on the ship, and then it makes its way to the bridge, and he's like, "Open the door," but he's not moving. He doesn't seem fazed by it at all. Not in the least.
He seems like, please do
go
it.
Back a couple. Go back a few, or before the door. Right there. That's a cool shot. That shot of him sitting on the bridge.
Oh, this one. Yeah, sorry, I fucked up my cuts here. I got the other random shit in there.
Again, it has that weird, like, what is that sticking off the chair? That looks like stuff that's gonna, like,
the random shit. Yeah,
that's gonna drill.
Yeah, it looks like a dentist light.
Yeah. What was that? Hellraiser 2 or whatever, where it had that thing that would pick the dude up by his head, and it had the spinner thing in it, so it made his voice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that was. Yeah. Was that the Leviathan or?
Leviathan was Hellraiser 2.
Yeah. I love Leviathan.
Yeah, I thought that was cool. They had like all the stairs that went to nowhere and all that kind of stuff in there.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh yeah.
Hellraisers 1 through 4 were really good. It's after that it
I
gets
agree.
horrible.
Is the one in space? Is that one of the ones that's in space? That the one?
That
in
was
space?
the
I like
fourth
that
one where the descendant of the dude who
Yeah.
made the box was trying to find a way to imprison it and close it forever.
Yeah, so yeah, that was actually Hellraiser in
Oh,
space,
no.
not like this, which is kind of Hellraiser in space.
Yeah.
So Baby Bear is in the fucking airlock like a retard because they didn't know where he went. He just kind of disappeared, ended up in the airlock. This is
I
an
was waiting for
interesting
one of them
scene,
to
though,
go like,
because,
"Damn it, Wesley!"
because he seems like he's speaking and he seems like he's composed. You know, if you'd seen what I'd seen, you would want to do this too, kind of bullshit.
It's
But
like
then-
he's possessed
not-
and then he comes out of it.
Yeah,
You
when
have
as soon
not
as
seen
the
what I have seen.
The alarm.
yeah, as soon as the alarm goes off, he freaks out, and he as soon as all the lights come back, he's like, "Where the fuck am I?
Yeah,
Open
like,
the door!
oh.
Open the
It's like, I will
door!"
not go back to Akron, Ohio.
And then this is kind of cool. I mean, honestly, the look of the movie, as weird as it is really solid all the way
Yeah.
through.
He just got done watching The Acolyte there
Yes.
in that
Yeah.
shot. It's like, yeah.
I mean, this is cool though. The blood vessels have burst all in his arms. I mean, this is a really neat shot.
He's in bad shape.
He's not. Yeah, he's depressurized,
But-
and he would have frozen almost immediately. But that's neither here nor there.
Yeah.
So he threw him in the tank. It's cool. Got the nice green lighting. Looks a little bit like a Turkish bath, but that's fine.
It does. It kind of looks like a bathroom or something. Which
Yeah.
is,
It
you know,
looks
that's-
like it looks
it's
like a
locker
military
room, I
shower.
guess. Yeah.
Which might be the most practical thing to do there,
Right.
like that.
Yeah, and he's asking Weir, what the fuck is going on? And Weir is just like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
They just
That's all he
forgot to
says.
Put padding. They just forgot to put padding on the floor so when that thing opens, you don't hurt yourself.
So then he has his weird hallucination here in the ship. But notice it's when he really touches his head to the ship, he gets the full fucking crazy.
And
thing here.
that scene right there with the with like the metal thing and the spiky stuff and whatever in that slide.
What the fuck?
That is totally that's chaos cultist 40K right there. That's what you would get.
Yes.
Yeah.
Zoinks. He's like, whoa, that's fucked
The
up.
ship just wants to make love to him.
It does. It loves him. It loves him. So he's talking to DJ. He's like, here's the thing. I had to fuck some dude over because the fucking ship was on fire, and we had to close things off so we could get the fuck out of there. So not kill everyone else. He's like, but no one knew that. That was my secret. That's quite honestly, he's in the military. Fucking everybody knew that, but that's fine. Amputee porn stars. Yes, that's true. That's true. So the ship is tapping into their deepest fears and secrets, is the way he sees it.
Yeah, that's the whole Solaris plot as well. The alien entity, which is the planet. Well, from the planet, it goes into your mind and it finds those memories that you have that impact you the most, and it replays them. Yeah.
Right. So that guy that he always sees like on fire coming out of the coolant is the guy that he had to be like, sorry, bro, you're gonna have to burn to death because we gotta go. And he closed the airlock on him and jettisoned the escape pod or whatever.
Yeah, it's either you die or we all die.
Right. And it's
a bad decision, but it's the best bad decision.
You left me. So basically the ship is messing with his head.
Yep.
With the other,
Yeah.
So they're repressurizing Lewis and Clark because they've repaired it, hoping they can get out on that ship so they don't have to go out on the fucking haunted hotel. But blows a seal, and he's like, "Yeah, I can fix it in 20 minutes." All right, cool. Here's the two broads. It is Peters and Stark, and this is when they open up the footage from what happened when the Event Horizon went through, and it's all these just fucking bizarre images. So
let the debauchery begin.
There's about 30 minutes of this stuff that gets cut though. So they brought in porn stars and amputees and all kinds of weird shit to film this and it was filming on the soundstage right next to the actual movie, and it freaked out the regular movie cast. They're like, "What the fuck are you doing over there?" And I forget who said it, and he's like, whatever they were filming was probably illegal then. It's almost certainly illegal now.
Yeah. There's another movie out there that goes with this, and the porn in the adult film section.
I might need to find that film for research purposes.
So I read that there was a longer cut of this movie.
Yes,
but it was on a VHS tape somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
And so they found it, but they don't know if the quality is good enough.
The quality. They couldn't. They never really figured the quality probably sucked. And it's never gonna make it anywhere beyond that tape. And like when they cut this film up, they didn't store it all together. Some of it was in a mine in Transylvania, which sounds crazy, but it's true. They were storing some salt mines because of the it would keep the film from getting all moisturized and shit.
Mm-hmm. Is that where Nas got his Serbian?
It might be, but I'm not even making this shit up. It's the funny part. They stored stuff. Yeah, hello, Miss Sparkles, and hey, Spartan. Yeah, hello, my friend.
Certain type of mines are all very dry and active radiative shielding and stuff. So.
But the film was all that shit got so degraded by the time, because remember when this movie came out, DVD special features and stuff, that wasn't really a thing. So they weren't thinking of that when they were doing their cuts. They were just like, okay, fine, ship it off. What is on your hey, Miss Sparkles? What is on your special edition? What does that mean to the rest of us? Let me know. I'm kind of curious. Because I only have the standard edition of this.
It's a multi-DVD set. With that footage, that degraded footage you were talking about.
Oh, is that on there?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why I never went for it. I was like, I try to have the special editions in my collection, Roman, and I was like, that's not worth it, you know.
So Lawrence Fishburne, Captain Mills, trying to get the fuck out of here, and he's like, the ship won't let you go.
We're going home. I am home.
I am home.
Yeah, so I'm on IMDb right now. You know, they have different quotes throughout the movie, and there's one, Miller, we're leaving. That's the only.
So they're pulling the CO2 scrubbers. That was why.
Yes.
The CO2 scrubbers on the Event Horizon are all like burned out or whatever. So they only had what they had on the Lewis and Clark, but somehow they don't work as efficiently on this ship, so they only had 20 hours worth of carbon dioxide scrubbers. Now they have to pull them and take them back to the Lewis and Clark so they can actually survive. So they have to have so many. And he was pulling them out and be like, this one's no good and whatever. So they need to bring those back if they're going to live getting out of there.
But that rod drops him immediately when she thinks she sees her kid, which is obviously a fucking hallucination.
So this scene here kind of goes to what Jacob was saying is this, which by the way, I love the avatar there, Jacob. Kind of goes where, okay, this crew's not very smart because everything that they've been talking about, stuff is going on in their head. You can't take anything that you're seeing is real. She knows her son is not there.
No, this looks like Pennywise from It right now.
So why would she drop everything she's doing? Oh, it's my son. Obviously, it's not.
Yeah.
I'm going to talk about the movie, the book Solaris again. That's all I'm going to talk about for this stream.
Okay.
but the scientists that were on there, the extremely intelligent scientists that were on there, some of them killed themselves. Some of them, it took ages for them to actually get to grips that this was actually an alien entity, and it took them for a long ass time for them to get used to it. And even after they got used to it, it sent them insane. So they really haven't had a long time to get used to this. So that would be my excuse for them actually giving into these visions.
Wow.
And actually,
I mean, another thing too, like, isn't her kid like in a wheelchair? He isn't climbing that ladder.
Yeah, right. Isn't her kid on Earth?
Yeah.
Yes. Also, the kid is on Earth.
Again.
No, it's just completely, you're out of your fucking mind. Spartan Flash, that's interesting. No, I did not. One, I think we have to do Into the Mouth of Madness here. Which is going to drive everybody fucking crazy and definitely bring my viewership down, just like this show has. So, but no, I did not notice that. Thank you, Sammy.
the other thing
you are
is
going to get the blame for this.
her son's legs
I'll
are
take
messed
it.
up, and then you look when she fall, her legs got crushed.
Right.
So basically, it's mirroring what happened to her son. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know why he couldn't walk or
Oh.
whatever, but because in the
we don't really
vision
know that.
where she saw her son the first time, his legs had like giant lesions or something on them. Or
Yes.
burn
So
marks,
this scene
whatever.
was weird. When Weird walks into the gravity drive and he sees Peters there, and he's like, "Oh no, Peters," and he seems like genuinely upset. But it's like, bro, you're the fucking lunatic that brought us to this. This is a weirdly inconsistent scene for his character.
Yeah.
It just didn't make
maybe
any
he just
sense at
said it
all.
because he didn't know if there was someone else in the room or.
And now suddenly we're back in the bathroom on the station, which becomes the bathroom in his house, which becomes him talking to his wife who's about to kill herself. I should have been there for you. I was a bad husband.
Who I kept thinking
I like-
was Tilda Swinton for like.
Right?
Oh, yeah. I don't know who the lady was. And then she slashes her wrist open. I tried not to get boob in here because my ratings are bad enough.
That would
And
actually
then
increase it.
no eyes. And then he rips out his eyes. It's like, all right, bro, cool.
I watch She-Hulk. Ah.
Yeah.
That might do it.
Space twerking.
Yeah. This,
So
this
we're
kind of like elevator airlock didn't really make a lot of sense to me either, but I'll let it go.
Oh, the one that drops
I'll
down.
allow
I don't
it.
quite
Yeah,
understand
I'll
why. I
allow it.
suppose just having an airlock, whatever. But so he got on board the Lewis and Clark, and Smitty's like, "What the fuck? What are you doing on board my ship?" And they realize that the explosives are gone. Some of the explosives are gone from that fucking big long ass middle section. And this is a great scene though. So he tells Smitty to get the fuck out of there, and Smitty starts ripping apart the ship. He's like, "Fuck it, I'm not leaving this ship." Bad mistake, by the way. And then he sees the blood on the thing. He's like, gotcha. And he opens it up, and this is great. It's got 5 seconds left. This is the most resignated face of I'm fucked.
Sean Pertwee is a very good actor, by the way.
He is great.
Yeah.
Quite honestly, I'm going to sound terrible. The only actor I really didn't like in this was Cooper. Cooper, I found irritating. That's Jones. That's this character. He was the one with the jokes, kind of loosey goosey with the situation, where everybody else was like deadly serious. And then there's this fucking guy.
Comic, no relief.
Well, he plays the same
Yeah,
character.
but it wasn't good comic relief. It was unnecessary comic relief.
Jones plays the same character in everything he does.
I can believe that. He was a square peg in this movie, though. This movie didn't need jokes, and they didn't really fit when they fell. So, anyway.
What am I going to do? What am I going to do? What am I going to do? Blow my air tanks. Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, and this also seemed very shoehorned in. Again, my complaints about this movie are a few, but this one seemed like weird. Virus. I don't remember Virus. I remember the Navy SEAL that almost made it. No, I don't remember this one, Spartan. I'm sorry. Maybe, but so this scene though, he's like, yeah, and he launches himself back towards the ships. I'm coming back, motherfuckers.
Yeah, that's wrong.
Again, it didn't fit the tone of the movie. It was just stupid. That's like action hero shit from the 80s, but it did not fit in this movie. It was just very weird dialogue for this film. It's like, oh, okay, I don't know what you guys were trying to do here. Clunky as fuck. That's right, Boosh. Really? Oops, sorry. And really, I'm gonna check that out. I like both of those
I
actors.
remember that. Wait, do I remember that movie now? Did it have Dustin Hoffman in it?
There
was like a monkey that was
that was Outbreak.
Outbreak.
Okay, that was Outbreak.
Which was a stupid movie, but yeah, anyway.
Yeah, so he's like, hey, look out for fucking Weir. He's like, oh, I've got him. But now Weir shows up and looking like, hey, baby.
What up?
You want to eye fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like I told Sergeant Hartman to go fuck himself. This is what happened.
What the?
This is great. His he gets eviscerated here, and it's really good. And then he comes in, he's all fucking opened up and dumped on the table. That's fucking great. I love that.
They got it hanging off the thing. Yeah,
that's a bad day. That's a bad day.
That dude from the Cube.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, clearly he did not use the safe word.
Yeah.
So now Miller goes. They don't actually have guns on the ship, and they did that for a reason because they were like, "There's in space. There's no reason you would have a gun on a ship because of the decompression hazard." So what they have are these. These are the repair guns. That's what he grabbed here. It's a repair kit which has the big fucking bolts that go into the outside, but they kind of launch out. It's clever. Best you can do. So that's Stark on the floor. And our man is in the pilot seat. Looking good. Feeling good.
This upcoming depressurization scene is freaking stupid. I'll go into why it is.
His eyes are closed here, though, which I don't quite understand either, though.
Because where they're going, they don't need eyes to see.
Yeah, but they were just big gaping holes before, but now they're shut. Did he sew them shut? Did he sew? Because I can't tell.
He had time. It's okay. Just,
That's true. He had some time. But he's just talking about the dimension of chaos and, blibbity blah, blah. I got a lot going on. And so he shoots here and it goes through the glass. Oops. That was a miscalculation. And of course, now it blows out. But this doesn't work well. You're right, Shieldwall. This is a clunky scene.
It's going to pull the seat out of the bracket, right? And then the floor's going to come up, and it's making like metal sounds. If it was like rubber matting or something, I could see that. But it's making like metal bending sounds. Your fingers will come off before.
Yeah, he's losing his fingers before that. Yeah,
before that metal bends. If it's that thick. Now, if it's made out of like crushable tin, like a car radiator or something, maybe. But you wouldn't use that for flooring material. If it was a rubber,
something rubberized would make more sense.
The captain chair coming unbolted. Come on, if that's happening, everybody's
you're definitely losing. Yeah, your fucking fingers are coming off.
Right. Except maybe Sam Neill can withstand it because he's like all demon powered up or whatever. But these other people, they're out of there.
Oh yeah, the girl who's still on the floor, by the way. I don't know how she didn't get sucked out. She's just kind of hanging on barely. And so he's going back and having this flashback to when he had to kill the dude with the fire. He's like, "I'm not going to lose you," and he shoves the thing in there.
Was that a Halligan tool?
Okay.
Yeah, it's like a fire.
What do they call it? A Halligan?
Yeah, you can bust doors open with it. The fire department uses it, and people doing breaching.
It just the shaft looks like it's not like the shaft is normally solid steel or whatever. Yeah, it looks like it's a screw.
So the good old Cooper made it back. All right. And so they're going to blow they're going to blow that main corridor. Fine idea. And now everybody's this isn't an hallucination, I guess, when everything fills up with blood and spills all over everyone.
The Shining.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, people have also called this The Shining in space. That is one of the many comparisons that's been made. And there's his buddy again. You let me burn.
Yes.
Fuck you.
Yes, I did.
And he's like, you're not here. That guy's dead. But then it transforms back into Sam Neill. He's like, the ship brought me back, and I have eyes for no apparent reason.
Because it's cool.
I think maybe.
By the way,
what wound up happening with why his eyes are so shut, then they're open, then there are no eyes, is they cut 30 minutes out of the movie, and I think those cuts affected that like continuity a little bit. Sorry, man.
Good point.
I was going to
James,
say,
I'm
I don't know if
loving
they did it on purpose, but if you look at like the cuts on Sam Neill's body, so to speak, I don't think they did it on purpose, but they're supposed to look like Viking runes. They
They
look
do,
like
yeah.
Viking runes.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
they're definitely like ritualistic looking
Yeah.
things.
Well, I'm going to say, I don't know if they actually used the actual Viking runes or someone just saying something.
It
used
probably
something,
inspired
yeah.
them. They were like, "Hey,
Yeah.
we just need to come up with something that looks cool."
That looks fucking cool, James.
Thanks, man.
Just saying that's great.
Yeah, that's really good.
A juxtaposition with the screen, it's like, wow, that's gold, man. I love you. I want to have your babies. And what he's saying is, you know,
Are you still speaking to me?
Hell, no, yes. Because he's telling him, you know, we're going to go to the other dimension. You know, he's like, hell. He's like, hell. Hell's just a word. You know, until you actually see it, you have no idea. And then he gives him these visions of everyone else. And he's like, oh, they're still alive. He's like, we're taking everybody with us. Then he starts beating the fuck out of him with a big tube.
I'm just saying.
A lot of back and forth here. Nice, though. I like this stuff. This is good. These are like, you only get like a flash of these images. They're barely there. But it's what Sam Neill's showing him. Can you see? Can you see?
Yes.
Maybe making time forever.
Keep my wife's name out of your mouth.
In the bush, in the bush, in the bush.
And then he detonates.
No!
But I mean, I don't know why it really didn't affect him that much. And the thing is, so the front of the ship launches off here. This is interesting. That's why I think that there was probably a specific metric as far as how far the bridge had to be away from the engineering section for it to be effective and not blow up the bridge.
Mm-hmm.
The front of the ship looks like a giant fist.
Neat effect here, though. I thought it was really well done.
The Emperor's Fist.
But then the black hole opens, and you can just barely see in that thing the Event Horizon silhouette, the engineering section silhouette. Pretty cool. And then it closes up. The singularity closes up on itself.
So
Miller got sucked down into Fuckoville. Cooper.
And it's time to fuck. Now it's time to fuck.
And so the last two characters are like throwaway characters. You don't really even give a fuck about these characters 72 days later. And this is where you get an Aliens vibe when they open it up.
Right.
And that's the other search and rescue team coming in. And they got the 3 tanks and now she's having the PTSD thing with Weir. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Now, this is an interesting thing, though. So when the hatch closes up, I don't know if everything's fine or if that's the ship doing the ship stuff.
It kind of leaves it to your imagination.
It does, a little bit. So I still like the movie. I think it's a fun movie.
I think it's a fine film.
I love it.
As long as I skip the scene where they give the stupid explanation for the cause, I wish I.
Damn it, Jacob. Yes. Yeah. When the ship goes into
the dimension of madness and chaos.
Yeah, when the gravity drive activates and it goes into the dimension of chaos.
Not when it actually goes there. It's when they say the explanation. Like when I know the scene's coming when I'm watching it, I'll jump forward like a minute and a half. You know, it's like because he explains it like a dimension. He actually has a line, dimension of madness and chaos at some point. I'm like,
but it also doesn't. I mean, like I said, unless he knew what he was doing, because Weir seems to be a divided character. There's like the barely hanging on guy, and he's the guy who kept saying, "I don't know where it goes." Bitch, you don't know where it goes.
We're trying to fill in the details for like the lack of.
We are,
and like I guess it's this is supposed to be like a hard science fiction film with Lovecraftian overtones, right? So I'm not going to go again, not deep diving on this, but like there's no outside the universe. There's the universe, and the universe meets everything that exists, right? So, what are you doing when you make this wormhole? Or I'm adding plot to the movie now, right? If you're going to make a wormhole traveling through an alternative path in space and time than the one you can eventually get to, between say here in Proxima Centauri, right? That's shorter. There has to be something there, right? So the explanation could have been that something got trapped there, or was a prison, or like there's a lot of other explanations they could have done, which would have been better for both hard sci and Lovecraftian. Than it was just a place that made you go crazy,
No, it was weird because it wasn't a hard explanation. They never gave you a hard explanation as to what happened. You saw what happened, and it's the dimension of chaos. Okay, but these are really kind of vague things as to where the ship went for 7 years. Apparently, never ended up over in what was it, Proxima Centauri or wherever it was supposed to go. It just ended up in Crazy Land and then came back to our dimension. It never made it to its ultimate destination, at least as far as we know.
Something trying to get out of that portal, maybe.
Yeah, that would have been cool too.
Like Malthus.
Well, I mean, I know I was only Star Trek 5, but you remember the line? Excuse me, what does God need with a starship?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, or if you want a better version of it, if those of you who watch Babylon 5, you know that the source of religions are actually these ancient first one aliens or energy beings, and demons and devils on Earth were ancient energy aliens that were imprisoned there, trapped there, and they couldn't leave. The idea was when the sun went red giant, it would kill them. So they kept trying to escape by possessing people, and eventually Sheridan figured out that they wanted to be exercised on Babylon 5 so it could escape, but he sent them back to Earth. So it was like, like the escape mechanism is what I'm getting at. It's a lot. Science fiction has explored these concepts in great detail, like of these entities and whatever. But like I said, we're left with a dimension of madness and chaos, and
the Vorlons, man. Yeah, it was. The explanation for where they went was terrible, but the overall presentation of the film, the look of the film was fun. The characters are fun. And the horror aspects of the movie I thought were enjoyable. There were, like I said, my critique of the movie is pretty solid. The unexplained stuff, all right, fine. You just kind of eat it. And if you go with that perspective, it's fine. If you don't try to analyze it too deeply, you just kind of accept it. It's like if you try to dig into Hellraiser too deep, it's like, what the fuck am I watching? It's not dissimilar in that regard, right?
Right.
Yeah.
That's how I went into it.
I mean, this is a fun film. I mean, this is a very fun film.
Here.
It's a fun horror film to watch. I mean, it's no sci-fi masterpiece like The Fifth Element was, but
Agreed.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's no cinematic masterpiece like Velocipaster.
I'm going to use that all the time now.
And it's no cinematic masterpiece like Velocipaster, but
no, sir.
So I mean, like I said, you just kind of have to go with it, and it's fine. But I mean, that's it. We're through the movie. I like the direction. The music is interesting. So the director wanted to use, it was like a band called Orbits or something. It was like techno shit that he did for his previous movie, but the studio wanted orchestrated music. So what he ended up doing was getting orchestrated music and then combining it with the other techno stuff. So that's how you get kind of the weird soundtrack for this movie as well. There's a lot going on here.
And the end credit music is from Prodigy, so they were really big.
Oh yeah,
right around then they were coming out with their summer albums.
I mean, almost everything in this was practical. Like I said, you could tell when it is a digital effect, but that's a very small part of the movie. The practical effects in this were really good. The costumes I thought were great. They felt very real, just like Alien. Again, there's a lot of comparisons there, but it had a very similar vibe as far as a future military, which is obviously a combined force of just kind of wherever the fuck they're from, but they're all part of the same military.
Yeah.
I thought that was good. The explanation, like the ship stuff when they were on Lewis and Clark, I thought was good. The skipper yelling at Cooper to clean up his fucking rack because it's a mess, you know, before they go into not hyperspace, but the super fast speed where everything's going to get fucked up.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good elements. There's a lot of good elements in this movie.
So the guy who did this, Paul Anderson, made a bunch of entertaining movies.
Yes.
His best movie is Soldier.
Is which one?
Soldier.
I love Soldier. Soldier is a fucking great movie. Kurt Russell. Interesting thing. So Kurt Russell, when this movie came out, Kurt Russell told him, don't pay attention to this movie right now, because in 15 years, you're going to be really happy you made it.
Yeah.
And I think that's probably right.
Sean Pertwee was in Soldier as well. He did the original Mortal Kombat movie. That's a good one, so to speak.
Oh yeah, the original, the OG Mortal Kombat is.
He did a bunch of the Resident Evil movies.
Yeah.
He did most of the Resident Evil movies. Alien versus Predator, which admittedly is a guilty pleasure. I know it's a terrible movie.
You're talking about the first one where they go to the.
They're both terrible movies.
Weird pyramid under the ice.
AVP and AVP Requiem are both fucking horrible movies, but I still like to watch them. I know it's terrible.
He did.
I like the first AVP.
Yeah,
I also like to burn myself on the arm with cigarettes. So you know what are you gonna do?
Read the video game movie a couple years ago.
Read the AVP comics. They're much better.
Oh no, that's a totally different fucking landscape. Those are incredible. Yeah.
Wow, Jinj.
I'm surprised he hasn't done more stuff.
I love that, man. I love that a lot.
How much time will we do this for? 2 hours? 2 hours already passed?
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, we only got a few more minutes left before we wrap her up because the movie's over.
So there's this movie called Solaris that I was wanting to talk about. I don't know if you guys
Fuck you, James.
Well, to talk about Solaris, there are actually like 3 or 4 different versions of the movie. I think did 2 or 3, and then they did, like you said, the Western remake.
One. Yeah.
I don't know this movie.
And it's a really good novella you can pick up. I granted the Russian one that I got was very subpar quality back in the 80s, early 90s when I finally was able to get it. But like worse than TV quality was back then, you know. But
oh man, yeah, that was some bad shit. Remember everything that was on Sci-Fi Network? None of that was good.
Yeah,
all that was terrible.
But it was a good movie and a good novella.
So I think that's a wrap this week. This was a fun one. I mean, it's like I said, apparently we didn't have a big audience tonight. That's okay. I'm glad everyone who was here was here. Event Horizon, man, what's wrong with you people? So I imagine next week, which was my choice, will probably be far worse since apparently these deep sci-fi tracks are a little bit too deep. But that's okay. You know, we do this for fun. This is
next week?
Is a fun gig. Next week is Pandorum.
Ooh.
So, yeah, so for those of you who are joining us next week, so we'll go over that real fast.
I actually enjoyed
Thursday,
that movie
5 Pacific Standard, as always. We're doing the 2009 movie Pandorum with Dennis Quaid. These are not they're not the same, but they're also not dissimilar. They're both weird, fucked up future sci-fi horror. I like Pandorum a lot. And this may pain everyone. I actually think I like Pandorum better than I liked Event Horizon. Pandorum got a lot less fanfare. That was just kind of came and went, and very few people even knew it fucking existed. This one got some fanfare because it got pushed to a spot it wasn't supposed to be. Titanic, which was Paramount's movie that was supposed to come out that summer, they had to push. So they're like, hey, dude, can your movie be ready for summer? And he's like, all right, I'll go. And so they put this movie in the summer blockbuster spot where it had no business being. And so it got beat the fuck up over the summer. but still, whatever. It's still a fun movie. So Pandora, and then
The director of this movie, by the way, Event
Mhm.
Horizon, was involved with the production of Pandora. I remember that.
Yes, yeah, he was. Yeah, he's executive producer on Pandora.
Yeah.
Wait, what? No, really. I think it's a better movie. That's whatever. We all have to. Quite honest, neither of these movies are fantastic movies. They're fun movies to watch, and I think that's about as good as they will ever get as far as the evisceration autopsy section of those movies go. So anyway, let's go around the horn here. I do want to say thank you very much to our panel, and especially James. You never fail to disappoint with what you produce. That's a great one. I really like that.
Appreciate it, man.
And you're gonna be at WonderCon here in a couple weeks. Go do your spiel, sir.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm going to be. This is my first time ever exhibiting abroad, outside of Japan. First time in the States. So I've got a booth at WonderCon from 28th to the 30th in Anaheim Convention Center. I'm at booth 2210. I'm accepting pre-commissions until the 26th. And if anybody out there in the States wants a commission while I'm there and you can't come to the con, just send me a DM and we can work something out, because I'll be doing. It'll be a lot cheaper for me to ship while I'm in the States than it is while I am here in Japan. So take advantage of my time there and hit me up. Yeah. And this little guy will be for sale as well. Nice. There you go.
Wow.
Oh, that thing's fucking. That's great, man.
Thanks, dude.
Yeah.
Look at Sam Neill.
Well, I had a different picture in mind that I was going to do, and then Jacob, one of Jacob's what we call it? Memes went up, and I was like, "Oh, where's that from?" And I think that might be from the original cut, because I watched the remastered version, and that still wasn't in there. So I went back and did this.
So he just printed out this slide with Roman on it and painted that.
He put Sam Neill's face on there.
But thanks again for having me on the show, man. This is
always
fun.
love to have you
Yeah,
on, dude.
it's great being on here.
So Shieldwall, what do you got going on, buddy?
So let's see. Next Tuesday, I will be on Jacob Ironside show, and we'll be going over some Star Trek Deep Space Nine Dominion War episodes, and then I'll be here next week for Pandorum. I will say for this movie, as far as like dark, creepy movies, I like Dark City better. But yeah,
definitely.
It's an objectively better film.
Yeah, for Connolly.
Well, yeah,
it's like way better.
But I remember I enjoyed this film in the theater when I saw it. So even though I kind of beat it up a little tonight with some of the things that I've
still
in my
fun
maturity, I saw. Yeah, it's still a fun movie. But yeah, thanks for having me on. I'm glad that Matt could make it. Always like his input and get to learn all this stuff about all this stuff. And I needed to know how this connected with Naruto. I just couldn't sleep tonight.
I didn't.
Stukiyomi.
I know Sammy could have probably pinched it in there. But it's not quite the same.
It all connects to Naruto.
It does, exactly. All right, thanks, and thanks for having me on. And the chat too. The chat was great tonight. Spartan.
Yes. Oh yeah. Chat tonight. You guys, we had a couple of new folks hanging out with us tonight. That was great.
And Cryptic Big Boy Pants 119. Yeah.
Thank you, because you guys make the show fun, because you always throw in shit that is either informative or inflammatory, and I love all of it. Thank you for bringing that tonight. Joker voice. What do you have coming up, my friend?
Well, as usual, the world of professional wrestling never sleeps. There's never an off season, so there's always something going on, and you can catch myself, Matt, also a friend of this show, Left Eye Ego, and Bradley Burnett, the Duke Devil 95, every Wednesday, 7 p.m. Pacific. For Wednesday Night is Overbooked, where we dedicate an hour and a half to the world of professional wrestling. Yeah. And thank you, Roman, for stopping by last night. The show's been picking up. We've been at the show now for about a year. We're getting highs in likes and audience retention. So please keep on coming. You don't have to be a huge professional wrestling fan, but you learn a lot about the world of professional. But you learn a lot about the world of professional wrestling from this show.
Right on, right on. The madness of Matt Horizon. I like that. I didn't get to see that earlier. Matt, what do you got coming up, my brother?
With luck, I think I am healthy enough to. And now that my computer, you can see I'm not cranking my neck to the right this week.
Yeah, it's like you got your new monitors. You got your monitors.
Although I will say, I asked my mom, because Mama really came over to help me put them up. I said, "Mom, could you clear the desk off while my brother and I work on the monitor?" She said, "Sure." I'm using now I'm using a desk stand microphone now because she somehow ripped the arm off my desk. That and my brother, I couldn't figure out how she broke it. It looked like
no.
but I'm fine with the stand microphone. And mothers like boomer mothers and technology don't mix. Which could be a whole theme for show. Well, there's quite a few of us have boomer parents. So I will try cross. And Jacob, I'll talk to you about it later if you can come back on the Friday show with me. I want to make sure I can actually do them every week. You know what I mean? Right. And then I guess I will talk about the Wheel of Crime, which is coming out, I believe, today or tomorrow, whenever. I don't know if people have seen it.
Apparently, there's nudity in this one.
I don't know if because I couldn't bring myself to do Rings of Prime videos for season 2 because it hurt my soul so bad. But I may just talk about it and not do episode reviews because I hear it's even worse than the previous seasons.
Oh Lord, much like Reacher. Apparently.
I know. Reacher 3 is better than season 2 so far. But
I don't like it.
Yeah, I agree.
I didn't like season 2 either. I didn't like season 2. I don't like season 3.
I thought season 2
the only
was
thing in
okay.
season 3 I like is the giant guy, just because he's a giant guy, and that's kind of fun.
Well, I thought season 2 was okay, but there were too many characters. But that was a novel.
Yeah, there was way too much going on in that one.
Yeah.
I know. I like season 1 a lot. Season 2, I didn't.
Season 1 is
about the same.
freaking
so,
awesome.
Is what it is.
Yeah. But anyway, by the way, if you love Reacher, you should go back and watch. I told my cousin this. Go back and watch all of 24.
Oh, 24 is a great fucking show.
Classic. Yeah.
Yep. The first couple of seasons are absolute gold. And there's 47 seasons of that? At least 47 seasons of 24.
But,
Jack Ryan starts off, he's 3 years old, and then he goes from there.
And so Wednesday night overbooked with
not Jack
Joker
Ryan.
Voice.
The other guy.
Just Jack. It's just Jack. Jack and his Jack Sack. That's all you gotta know.
The Jack-offs.
Yeah. So when next week we'll be doing Pandorum. My show on Friday, hopefully, video, blah, blah, blah. That's about it. Yeah.
Jack Bauer, thank you. Fuck.
As I report to you live in the bowels of America, New Jersey.
I think he's taking a dump during the commercial break because they count that time in, so it's got to be in there somewhere.
There are bathroom scenes where he's in the bathroom, but don't show him like he's interrupted or whatever. I think there's one where he's
Taco Bell.
Like in the third or fourth season, he's going to urinate, and then dudes attack him or something like that.
I've never seen the show. So is there just like an episode where he sleeps for 8 hours?
He doesn't sleep.
He doesn't sleep.
You've never seen 24 Shieldwall?
No, I haven't.
You've never.
Oh
Shieldwall.
my God.
Oh gosh.
Forget. You need to get rid of whatever you're planning for the next two months of your life. No sleeping.
Likewise.
If you have a girlfriend, she's got to go away for a while. If you have
Likewise.
kids, you got to send her with the grandparents for 2 months and just watch 24. Just to watch it.
And then thank us later.
It is a fun watch. Young Keeper Sutherland does a fantastic job. Sammy, what do you got coming up there, buddy?
I have my Batman show, Cavecast, this Saturday morning. We're going to be going over episode 4, his beautiful toys. We're going to be talking about all the different, gadgets and vehicles.
I hate them all.
And then Sunday I'll be back with in other news after my 1-day hiatus where everyone felt the worst, but I was just so disorganized and had a late start. So I have all my news stories from last week opened up, so it's gonna be pretty pretty smooth sailing. But yeah, after that, just tinfoil haters on Tuesday, and I'll be right back here on Thursday.
You are a busy motherfucker, Sammy. You are.
Yeah, and I got
so
a show
much
on Saturday. Like my band has.
I wish I could spend that much time. I can't because.
Oh yeah, my wife hates me. It's fun.
See, that works. I'm barely hanging on here. I'm barely hanging on. Jacob Ironside, man, myth, legend, creator of fantastic memes. What do you have coming up, my friend?
Yeah. I didn't care for this movie, so there were some good things about it. I thought,
I know.
but just not my cup.
You're gonna hate Pandorum too,
But,
probably.
yeah. No, I actually like that movie better than this one. So
really, all right. I can't even explain the why.
I could see that, Jacob. I could, because there are, like, when I like this film, I like the Event Horizon more than some people here, but that one flaw knocks it down a lot to me. But I could see, like, if you like this film had why if there's certain aspects of this film, like Roman was saying, we're filling in the plot to an extent, with fan theories. This is a film where you're supposed to do that, right? That where the fun of it is saying what was going on, So.
Yeah, there's definitely the fan fiction has to take. Otherwise, you're just going, I have no idea what the fuck happened. So that's James. Can you show the painting again, or do you have the ability to do that without causing yourself too much harm?
I do. Hold on one second.
Yeah, I was gonna say Jake didn't plug himself.
Right.
Oh, Jake. Yeah, what the fuck you have coming up, Jacob? You said you hated the fucking movie.
Just said he
didn't know traveling to his own
prick.
Event Horizon.
yeah, tomorrow night I'll be on. Tomorrow night I will be on Potato Raven's show, and we'll be doing a movie for movie. Well, the movie is called The Banshees of Inisherin.
Ooh,
that's a great fucking movie.
Along the lines
that
of
movie.
it's
I've never heard of that.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, Colin Farrell and Brendan, whatever the fuck his name is, the big fat Irish guy. That's a great movie.
Oh, in Bruges.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
So we'll be going over that.
Yeah, I love that movie. It's a great movie.
In Bruges. And of course, Tuesday, Deep Space Nine on my show, and I'll be back here next week.
Right on. Yeah. So James, pop up the painting again here fast.
Oh, okay, there we go. Sorry,
look at this guy. Look at that handsome devil and the cat's ass.
Yeah.
That's like James. I love that's a great painting, man. I like that a lot.
I used acrylic inks to do the wash in the back because they're waterproof, and so then you could paint on top of those without the color lifting up. So the top part is in gouache, and then this is my cat.
Giving the stamp of approval.
Nice.
That's fucking brilliant, dude.
You got that Sam Neill smirk perfectly.
Yes.
Yeah, you definitely get Sam Neill out of that fucking head. That's fucking great, dude.
Question for you.
I could go back and do all these details in the back, but I think it might take away from it. So I just kind of, I don't know, leave it as it is.
It's great. It's great as is.
Yeah, no, I like it.
I got a question for you.
Go for it.
So the symbols you drew on him,
yeah,
were you drawing from the actual movie or from some other visual?
I was drawing from the actual movie, the screenshot. Okay. Yeah. And yeah, there's more than just right here. There are other parts of the movie, like in the infirmary, where you see those kind of symbols and other places in the ship as well throughout the movie. It's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Oh, just by the way, I really love this movie. Sorry, I don't know if you guys.
Yeah,
I know. I love it. It's a fun fucking movie. It is. My son hates it though. I was like, hey, this was last night. I'm like, hey, my son Jake of the Empire. I'm like, hey, we're gonna watch Event Horizon. He's like, oh, I fucking hate you, Dad. And my wife's like, I'm not going in the room if you're watching that. I'm gonna go read in another room for 4 months. I'm like, what the fuck, honey? She never came back.
You should give your wife the book versions of Solaris, and she could read it.
Yeah. So this was not this movie, by the way, was not based on a book or anything. This was just strictly right out of the mind of the writer for the screen. So yeah, it was what it was. It's a fun movie. There's holes, whatever, it's fine. But bump. So yeah, join us next week, please, for Pandorum. I hope you guys are watching this on the rewatch tomorrow because I don't know why Event Horizon scared people out tonight. It's fine. It is what it is.
Roman.
But, sir?
So one of the comments before was someone saying this is the best horror film of the last 30 years. Not slamming their comment or whatever, but you might want to check out Dog Soldiers or Darkness Falls or The Shrine or more recently, what was the film called? The Late Night with the Devil.
Late Night with the Devil was good.
Yeah.
This for what it was, this movie, because there aren't a lot of movies like this specifically. Like I said, the Hellraiser movies, yes, this isn't a Hellraiser movie, but could it fall into that? Yeah, but this is like way better than most of the Hellraiser movies. Hellraiser 1 and I'd say even 2 were good. But then you get beyond that, the grade starts happening pretty quickly. This was unique, but it did grab from a lot of stuff, and we talked about that. It grabbed from Alien, it grabbed from Hellraiser, and like I said, I think it does, which no one has seen. No one knows that but you, James. No one knows what that is. And also from The Thing, like I said, from that claustrophobic environment, small group, paranoia, craziness stuff going on. But anyway, so next week we are back on Thursday, 5 to 6 standard for Pandorum, and then the following week, and that's with B-roll stage, and then the following week we're doing the 1982 classic, The Thing, and we're going to have Gray from Wakazashi's Tea House with us for that. So it's a fun couple upcoming shows. So thanks for hanging out with us tonight. This was a good time. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I know I did. So until next time, I'm just exhausted. That was exhausting. Jacob exhausted me. That's how we get to these places, folks.
Good job, Jacob.
Until next time, be kind.